guy!
So,
I love you!
So to recap from last time, after our overexcited characters, you are all on a so you are all at the guild, first off and foremost, as you are being ushered onto the boat. Upon doing so, you have been ushered onto the boat as you have now set sail towards the island once again. This will give you some time. It'll be about 3 hours before you get there. I'd like all of you to introduce yourselves to each other.
Wait, are we going back from the start again?
Yay, it's Crazy Fairy Lady. Or Ganassi Lady.
What do you mean?
Am I gonna meet the skeleton guy? The one who makes me drink. Is he there?
You're wearing his hat.
Oh, you're right.
You feel a touch on your shoulder as he says, "Hey, what's up, friend?"
I love him.
3 hours worth.
So this gives you all the time to introduce yourselves and talk amongst each other.
I think I know you, Wraith, right?
Yeah, we know each other already. I think I already know one of the Genasi.
There's a Genasi?
There is not a Genasi.
Oh, the demons aren't here. Okay. Sorry. The
quadruplets or whatever they are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's 4 of them.
I don't know if they're triplets or quadruplets or not.
I don't know either.
Roll me a history
I know
check,
there's one or
Ezra.
two. Ah, fuck.
Yes.
Do what?
Alright. Hold on.
I feel like
Find
one of them
it.
is
There we go.
here just with us in spirit.
I got a 16.
You remember that there are 3 Genasi terrorists.
Hey, alright.
Terrorists.
Oh,
Terrorist is a really good way to put them.
I mean, they're terrorists to the castle.
I don't even remember what they did. So.
I
Oku
just remember the
would go-
chaotic energy and the lamp.
Phaedra, is that how I say your name? Phaedra?
Phaedra?
Phaedra. Sorry. Phaedra,
It's okay.
would you like to introduce yourself to the rest of the party?
Hi, I'm Phaedra. I'm a druid. Power star by my race, as you can see. Nice to meet you all. This is my first voyage. I'm looking for some adventure and some mayhem, a little bit maybe. I was going to prepare a feast for you all. I hope that you're willing to partake while we're on our journey.
Always happy.
Is it gluten-free?
I'm not sure, but
Roll an insight, Oko, to see if it's gluten-free.
So many people in this campaign.
What did you get, Oko?
It's rolling. 19 and 22 total.
So you can tell that, magically speaking, it wouldn't affect all that much, because it's magical food, and gluten does not affect magic.
Cool.
But maybe it'll make his tummy upset. Nobody wants an upset tummy while they read
Oh, I can eat it. It's just more of a religious thing.
okay, well, I'm going to prepare it. If you want to eat it, you can. If you don't, you don't. So, well, you're going to get the effects anyway. You're going to get the benefits regardless.
Oh, okay.
So you're casting Hero's Feast, correct?
Yes.
As you
I'm gonna
cast
do
Hero's Feast, upon the main deck you see a large soiree of a table open up with a cloth upon it. On it there is all kinds of meats, biscuits, and all kinds of certain kinds of salads, fruits, different kinds of vegetables, and breads all scattered about with different spreads of all kinds. As there are no plates, it is just feel free to dig in.
Oku uses his shield and uses it as a plate, starts piling food on it.
Ezra's
Excellent.
just gonna like take handfuls of food.
As you begin to eat, you notice that each of the meat is succulently melting in your mouth. The skin that you bite into melts upon your tongue with the juices overflowing. The meat is juicy and thick, filled to the brim with the fullest that it can be. When baked and biting into the bread, it is fluffy and crunchy on the outside, with a nice deep crumble on the inside. Buttered with bread and all kinds of spreads galore to your taste, of whether it be meat spreads, jams, jellies, butters of all kind, almond to peanuts. You then, if any of you decide to take a bite of any of the fruit, you notice they are overflowing with juices as you bite into them, squirting out of all sides, the juice covering your face and even beyond you. Each
Nice.
Yeah,
supple,
I'm trying not to laugh.
Wow.
each
This looks really good.
each supple bite is more juicier than the last.
Maybe when your mom.
If you like STDs, I guess.
Ooh.
Damn!
Oh,
I
snap.
don't know whose mom I was insulting, but are you saying that she has STDs?
Probably.
Oh my gosh.
Gotta catch 'em all.
Oh my god.
Yevland, what are you gonna do?
I'm gonna eat. I'm just gonna chow down.
Take any particular food in general?
Meat mainly.
You take a hunk of rotisserie chicken and salamander meat.
Awesome.
Ezra, you find roasted axolotl.
Yeah.
Oh my god, that's so cruel.
They're put on little sticks and deep fried.
That is,
Nice, no touches.
you are
I'll
a
take it.
horrible, horrible person.
Why is eating the chicken okay and not the axolotl?
Because an axolotl is cute.
You're
Almost.
speechless.
And Blade is also going to eat.
And I'm eating, of course.
As you all eat and feast, you may talk to each other if you so wish, or if not, we can skip to the bay.
Who was it that cast this feast? Was it
Phaedra.
Ezra or Phaedra?
Yeah. Do you want me to
This
explain
is-
the benefits?
Yeah, I
Well,
feel
yeah.
good. I don't know why.
Okay.
It's like the best meal I've ever eaten.
All right. So, a creature that partakes of the feast gains several benefits. The person is cured of all diseases and poison, becomes immune to poison and being frightened, and makes all wisdom saving throws with advantage. Its hit
Yeah.
point maximum also, or your hit point maximum also increases by 2d10, and it gains the same number, and you gain the same number of hit points. And the benefits last for 24 hours.
All of you roll me a
Jesus.
Constitution saving throw.
Oh no, why? What are you doing to
That's
us?
the
Can't be that
DM
easy.
said
I got a
so.
28.
I got a dirty
22.
20.
Okay.
13.
That.
So Oku, Blythe, everyone. Well, hold on. No, everyone besides Oku. You all get bardic inspiration from eating an excellent meal.
Hey, let's go. Wait,
Nice.
so our health increases by 2d10, you said?
Yes. hmm
Can you roll it and tell us what the number is?
Yeah.
Just make it temp HP is what I would do.
No, you can adjust your max HP in D&D Beyond.
Well, we get temp HP too, don't
Yeah, I think there's 10. So
we? Yeah.
They kind
so
of
we all get
So
10.
the hit point maximum increases, and then you also get temp HP.
I would just
So
say
if
for the temp
If you
HP.
click on
Just
hit points on your sheet, you'd see a
I know you can do
max
that.
HP modifier.
I'm just saying temp HP so you guys
Oh.
don't forget.
What?
It's a temporary boost to your maximum. It's not a permanent boost.
Right.
If you set it as your max HP when you hit long rest, you have the option of resetting your override.
Yeah, there's a
So
bottom
it-
on the
yeah,
bottom
so
left of
that
HP.
can-
There's a max HP
Okay,
modifier. You
So-
just put it there.
I'm just
and you won't
I don't
suggesting.
forget. It's
I
just
rolled
right
it
there.
Okay.
What's the
Also-
amount that we got? What's the bonus HP that we got?
I think we're supposed to roll that, aren't we?
You roll.
No.
Yeah, we roll that.
Right.
Also, was it advantage on wisdom?
Yes.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
13.
Okay.
So the advantage on wisdom. Hit point
So-
maximum increases when it gains 10. Hit point maximum also increases by 2d10 and then the same number of hit points.
So
So we
here's.
get the
Oh, go ahead.
temp HP or we get the extra hit points and then we get the same amount of temporary HP. Right?
Yes.
Okay, just making sure. Before I fucked that up and had to
Mhm.
change shit.
So, are we all ready to continue forward?
I have a question. Sorry.
What's your question?
When I cast the spell, did it automatically adjust my stuff?
No.
Nope.
Oh.
You have to do that for yourself.
Okay. Well, I did the temporary hit points. Now I have to do the
Right
Constitution.
click. Just give me a con save.
Okay.
So go to your saves column on the far top left corner of your page
Yeah.
and click the number next to con.
We don't gain temp hit points. We just gain hit and a max and our max. There's no temp hit.
Well, we gain temp hit and our regular hit points.
No, there's no max. There's no temp hit points in that. It's just hit point.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it says,
yeah.
and you gain the same number of temporary hit points.
Holy fuck! I just realized why I built
Oh
this
no, I
bugbear
get
like
it now.
this.
Never mind.
Yeah, it's not temporary. You just get
I
max
get
hit
it.
points, and then your hit points.
And then you just
max.
heal
Are
5
you gonna
hit points.
roll your con save?
Yeah. I'm sorry. I'm having a brain fart right now. What?
Okay. So at the top left corner
Literally
of,
the first spell of the campaign.
at your top left corner of your screen,
Yeah,
there
I see.
is-
It's a +1.
Yeah, you click the number. Just click the number.
Oh, there we go. Okay.
Hooray! You rolled a save.
I'm
Oh no,
sorry, it's-
not the stat, not the stat. The save. So
Yeah, I just hit +1.
no, you click the stat.
Oh.
So under
The
the
12?
stats, you see how there's a little box that says saving throws.
Yes.
Click.
Oh, that. Okay.
That's your
Sorry.
saving throw. It's a save.
There we go.
There
Remember
you
that?
go. Yes, there you go. You get bardic
Okay.
inspiration.
Sorry.
The inspiration is
Okay.
right next to your movement speed.
Okay.
So just click the little thing or a reminder that you have it. When you want to use it, it's a 1d8. In order to use inspiration, you have to use it before your roll on either a check or a save. Or it's a hit, not your damage. Ulrich found that out the hard way.
What do you mean?
Inspiration.
Oh, that son of a bitch.
So, as you
Okay.
all eat your feast and do what you must, you eventually come to the shores of the castle. And when you approach, you see there is something new, in the sense of there is a roaring fire on the outskirts of the upper plateau where the stairs are. Up there's a roaring fire in the gardens and in the forest. Flames hoisting themselves up the sides of the castle.
Oh my gosh.
That is, to a degree, maybe my fault.
Oh,
What did you do?
I may have
Sorry.
accidentally knocked a flaming zombie out the window.
Sorry, who are the other two? Can the other two people introduce themselves?
Oh, yeah,
Yevlin?
I'm Ezra.
Oh, hi. I'm Yavelda. I'm a half-orc and a barbarian.
I'm just gonna keep calling you Yevlin. Brain.
Okay. I
I'm
mean-
Ezra. I'm a Goliath fighter.
Ooh, lots of muscle on this one.
Yeah.
Lots of
Hence
mom.
the accidentally
Lots
knocking
of
flames
mommy
on the
muscle on
window.
this one.
Which character was that?
Ezra.
Okay.
Lots of mommy muscle.
Cool.
But
No.
So
the inside isn't on fire anymore. So that's
So you pushed a flaming zombie and caused a fire?
well, no, I wasn't the one that caused the fire. I think that I might have been the one that knocked the flaming zombie out the window into the garden.
If you listen to the dungeon report, you would know.
It's
So
too long to listen
did.
to.
I did. It's only 7 minutes.
Oh, well then I
Remember
I
whether
thought
or
it was
not I
another
was the
2
one that
hour
hit
thing.
it, but I know that there were a lot of flaming zombies, and one of them went through the window and lit everything on fire.
It got litty.
Mm.
Fire's still burning.
So
True,
you
but the
dock.
inside is not. So
You dock onto the beach as the main board comes off, and you are allowed off the ship. Will you all get off?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
So you all get off the ship as you approach the beach. The beach has rusted armor on it from when you were first on it, Blaith. And you find a staircase that leads up. As you all walk up the staircase, you reach to the front area where there would be normally a cobblestone road leading to a drawbridge. The drawbridge and the forest is on fire.
Oh my gosh.
oh, I'm sorry, guys.
Blade's just gonna say it's probably one of those genasi.
Yeah,
and it was
they
yeah.
like chaos.
I know that one of them was lighting things on fire. I just did the hitting.
So,
Anybody have any ideas how to get across the bridge?
None.
Is it a magical fire?
no.
No, it's just regular forest fire.
It's burning magical things, but it's not a magical fire.
Sorry.
Go
Will
ahead,
frostbite help that?
Frostbite
Oh,
could
no.
put out minor flames, but the
Okay,
whole
fine.
drawbridge is like on fire.
Does anyone have cone of cold? I'm sorry.
Would there be another way across?
Well, you were able
Now
to go. You were able to go through the forests before.
Oh,
It's
okay.
just they're on fire now.
Can I
Oh.
use mold earth to essentially like dump a bunch of dirt and move it across the bridge to put out the fire?
You most certainly can.
Oku will step close to the bridge and slam his fist on the ground, and a 5-foot cube of loose earth and rocks will sort of slide up and
So-
we'll start pushing it.
As
Covering
you
fire.
slam your fist in the ground, a bunch of dirt spouts up like a tidal wave and slams across the drawbridge, snuffing the flames out.
Does the bridge survive?
The bridge does survive, but I cannot attest to its strength.
Right. I was going to say we should probably test it to make sure it doesn't collapse.
Yeah, I don't want to send anybody into the abyss.
I'll walk across it.
Okay. So,
But no, I was saying that to the
Yavelda,
group. I wasn't actually
so-
doing it.
So Yavelda, you start to walk across the bridge and you hear a creak, and then a crack, and then your foot goes through one side of the bridge.
Okay.
And I,
You're not allowed
is
to
she
die
falling?
before
Is she
you get
falling
into the
through?
dungeon.
Is she
No,
falling through, or is she just like?
only one of her
there?
legs has fallen through.
I
Okay.
throw her some rope
Okay.
and try and pull her up.
Wait, how far along the bridge is she?
5 feet.
How
Can I
long
just
is the
grab?
bridge?
Can Blade just grab her?
You'll have to walk on the bridge.
I have 10 foot.
I could
10
grab
foot
it.
reach.
Oh
I've
yeah.
ten-
Can I
reach.
can I throw her some rope and then Blade can pull her up?
No need for a rope. I can literally just reach over and grab her.
You have a 10-foot reach.
Yeah, I'm a bugbear.
Okay. So you kind of overarch your arm and grab this orc out, pulling them from the bridge, and as you do so, the middle of the bridge collapses from the weight of the dirt, setting itself into the trench.
Mhm.
Lovely.
Maybe we don't step on broken and burnt bridges next time.
Right, right. Is it possible to? I mean, do we know if there's another way to get to the castle, or is it just the drawbridge?
It's just a drawbridge.
Blaith, why don't you roll me a history check? Or Oku can roll me a history check.
Mine history's not too bad.
Oh, but when
What's
I
your-
asked,
Okay, what's your history thing?
+9,
Plus not. Yeah, you roll that shit.
16.
But can we both roll, or is it just one of us?
1.
You said both. Okay. $16.
You were both drunk at the time, but you vaguely remember hearing that there are 3 entrances to get through.
Oh,
You could go
right.
through the bridge, you could go through the trench, or you could go through the forest. However, the forest is currently on fire.
yeah.
You could still go through the forest if you wanted to.
Can
Blade, just-
anyone? I don't mean to be rude, but can anyone here fly?
Yeah, I can turn into a dragon or have a dragon spirit.
Well, that works. We need to go
But
down
how would
there.
it help if just one of us can get through, though?
We need to go down there, and Blade just points down into the trench.
Maybe we could try
the
flying
dragon just-
across.
fly us across.
Yeah, we could try flying across.
I don't know about
Could you
that.
carry?
Actually, it's a draconic spirit, but I have a dragon in my circle of stars that I can turn into. But it's corporeal. I don't know if I can carry people.
Yeah.
Is it just a spiritual ether thing? Like, ethereal? Or do you literally metamorphosize into a dragon?
Okay, I have draconic spirit.
Yes, but
Summon
what I'm asking is it an ethereal transformation where it's transparent, or is it like wild shape where you literally transform into the creature?
It says that it's a manifested spirit, but it doesn't say it says it's corporeal. So, but when I do mine, I'm like ether. I'm like, when I do my circle of stars, turning myself into a dragon. It's not. I'm not.
You just get a flying speed and you can hover. So if you're shy enough
Oh,
to
wait.
carry someone,
Oh,
you
wait.
should be able to.
Hold on. I do have draconic transformation. Okay, let's see. It doesn't say anything about gaining strength or yeah, it doesn't say anything about gaining strength or gaining mass. So I'm not sure. I think it's just me turning into a dragon and being able to use a breath weapon and fly.
So it's probably not our best option.
Probably not. The other thing I could do is I can maybe try talking to the plants that are around us that are on fire and asking them if there's a opening that's not on fire.
Hey guys, I know you're burning to death, but is there anybody who's not?
How deep is this pit?
Okay, so your dragon transformation, from I'm reading, only seems like it gives you like temporary buffs in terms of like,
Right.
but it's not like
yeah.
it's not like a polymorph situation.
Right. The only one that's like a polymorph is the circle of stars one, and that one is it's like ethereal. It's not corporeal.
Incorporeal.
So, yeah.
Okay. 1 minute. I will be right back. Pause.
I want to try.
Okay,
I
so
wanna
we're
try
unpaused. So what do you want to try?
I want to try to look for an alternate entrance that may not be one of the ones that that everyone knows about.
We don't know how deep the trench is, though. It could be very.
Oh, yeah.
Like, what are the details on the trench? The forest is on fire. The
first
bridge
off,
is no longer a bridge.
Roll me your investigation since you want to check for new entrances.
Okay, I have a passive investigation of 23 normally, so.
I still need you to roll me investigation.
Okay.
There's nothing here, guys. Rolled a 0.
Oh, fuck. So...
We'll never get out of here. We're stuck forever.
You know, here's what you see. You know... Fire. It's kind of hot, right? Maybe you could fly.
I'm gonna ask my skeleton friend if there's an easier way into this castle.
That's a good idea.
He gives you a chuckle. Yeah. Well, it means you could always die, and that'd give you an instant transportation in there.
Yeah, well, a way that doesn't involve us dying, please.
Oh, I'm sorry, friend, I can't help you. I'm just a little under the weather right now, you know what I mean? Just, I can't help that you're in grave danger.
Do you at least know how deep this ravine is?
I wouldn't really call it a ravine, more of a trench. The trench is about, it's a 40-foot drop into a 50-foot deep water.
Oh. And is there anything that'll kill me in that water?
Besides the sea creatures, alligators, and sharks? No, nothing at all.
Oh, okay, so it's not dangerous. Guys, we can jump into the water and then climb up the other side.
Excellent.
Why would you... Okay, never mind.
No, wait, no, that was a joke, please. Wait, hold up. No, we will all die if we jump into that water.
How far away is the trench from us? Where is the trench located?
The trench is directly in front of you. It is a...
Yeah.
It is a 40-foot drop with 50 feet of water under that drop.
So we can just jump into the water, but then die to alligators.
How far across is the trench? Or the bridge to the other side?
The bridge was about 35 feet across.
How do you calculate jumping distance?
It's your movement speed.
Not 35 feet, bud.
You can jump up to your strength if you get a 10-foot running start. Anything for them that you gotta roll.
Jump up to my strength as in like my actual strength?
If you get a running start, basically it's your strength score converted into feet is how far you can jump extra to your normal movement.
I have 50 feet of movement though.
But you'd also still have to roll me that.
Across?
You'd also still have to roll me the acrobatics.
I can roll the acrobatics fine. Can Blades just getting running start and jump over?
Roll me acrobatics.
And I offer you this rope to tie around you just in case.
Oh my god, I have a fucking plus 10 as
Blythe,
well.
you run and you try to jump, and instead your momentum cuts as you only make it halfway and you're starting to fall into the trench.
Oh my god.
Why would you not take the rope?
Oh no. I say as I hold the rope out. No.
Blythe, you are falling. You're going to take falling damage when you hit the water.
Can I? What? Why am I taking falling damage when I'm going into the water?
It's water, bro. Have you ever fallen 40 feet into
Did
water?
you know that it
I've
wasn't...
jumped
That
off
shit
a
hurts.
cliff 30 feet into the air. It's
You
pretty easy to not get hurt.
you weren't diving. You were trying to jump across and you fell.
Well, yeah,
You
but I
jumped
have enough
and
time
you-
to get into like
so
a
fucking
pencil.
hard.
Then.
Blythe, you're not diving at this moment. Your character was trying to jump and is now startled. They're falling. If you want to try to dive, you got to roll me another roll.
Okay, what do I roll?
Performance.
Performance?
What?
What? Surely it'd be like acrobatics or athletics.
You're trying to maneuver yourself in the air.
That's
I feel
how
like
is that
that's an
perform?
acrobatics thing.
Yeah, it's twisting my body in the air.
Performance is charisma. That makes
That
no
should
sense.
definitely be acrobatics. It's a dexterity thing. It's not a charisma thing.
Sure, it's a charisma roll, but your performance has to do with a lot of other things. Performance just in performing
But
something.
if I'm twisting my body in the air, why
Roll
would I
me
be
athletics
Okay,
with disadvantage.
bro. Okay, let me re-roll that then.
Because you're free falling. You don't have
disadvantage.
any footing right now.
Disadvantage.
What you
Fuck
get?
this game. Nat ones.
Can I turn? No, I'm not going to say it like that. I'd like to turn into to a flying beast that can possibly catch him. Is my wild shape?
Can you wild shape into a beast like that?
It doesn't say I can't. It
But
just
I'm
says
saying,
that,
can you? Based upon the CR rating.
it says CR1.
It's based upon what level you are.
Right. 8th max CR1 is what it says.
What does it say?
8th max CR1.
Let me look at your character page a bit. It's been a while since I've went into wild shape.
It says as an action you can magically assume the shape of a beast
Yeah,
that you have seen before. Yeah, okay.
1 minute.
Okay.
So... it's based upon your level in Druid. And so, you're level 15, you can transform into a CR1 creature. So go choose a CR1 creature that you could transform into, and probably try to catch him if you can make the reaction fast enough, but he is dropping into the water.
Okay.
And no, you fail, Blythe, to not make yourself a pencil dive, so you will take some damage.
Okay. Wait, but even if I don't hit the water?
You're already falling. They have to make a reaction to be able to get to you. But that reaction is going to have to be quick.
I can turn into a giant eagle.
That's probably good enough.
Roll me a survival check.
Do a what?
I need you to roll me a survival check to pluck them out of the air.
A survival check? Okay.
Oh, why does this have very similar things to our first session of Sands of the Temperance?
Oh my gosh.
You remember that all? You remember that?
Temperance.
Remember
I do
when
not remember.
Lycera was falling out of the air? With you.
That wasn't the first session.
Sorry, not the first session, excuse me. One of the firsts.
That was like one session ago.
No, that was...
Falling off the train?
No,
That was like one or two
No,
sessions
falling
ago.
off the demon.
When the fuck did
Okay,
Lycera
there's
fall
my
off a
survival
demon?
check.
Did you
16.
forget when you were playing...
I may not have been there, because remember I
No,
missed
you
a
were.
session.
No, you were there.
I don't think I was.
You were there.
Does a 16 survival check catch?
A 16 survival catches him. So you snatch him out of the skies. You So you twist your body to contort into the magical creature of a giant eagle as you swoop down and clutch him out of the sky with your talon. You manage to save him from the waters below.
Great. That's awesome. Okay, so then I fly back to. I probably fly to the other side.
God.
Yeah, fly
I
side
fly
by
to the
side.
other side of the bridge, so that we're both on the other side, and then we can probably use the rope to go across and have people like kind of attach it to something and have people kind of work their way over on the rope.
Why not just carry them?
Oh, okay. I'll do that.
You can fly. It's a giant eagle.
I know.
Roll strength as you get increasingly more tired by carrying every person.
Why are you trying to make this hard?
I know.
You
Seriously.
know what,
I'm
Elmo?
just predicting
You know what,
cactus.
Blaze?
Predicting cactus.
You know, Blaze.
Yeah.
I wasn't gonna say
Predicting
anything,
cactus.
but now you're gonna make me do something, and I'm gonna do that. So thank you, Blaze. That gave me a great idea. I wasn't gonna say anything before, but you gave me an excellent idea, Blaze.
Oh.
Dibs on getting carried first, because I guarantee I'm the heaviest one.
Okay, so I
350
set,
pounds.
Blaze is the one I'm carrying, right?
Yes.
You already dropped
Okay,
Blaze on the other side.
Yeah, I set him down gently, and then I fly back to the other side to grab Yveldra. Is that
Ezra.
how do you say it?
Ezra.
Ezra. Sorry.
So
I go out and
you pick up Ezra and you drop them to the other side and you fly back. Who are you gonna pick up next?
I will pick up.
I'll go last.
Okay.
Okay, Yevland.
Yes, Yevland.
Yevlin's
And then
no, Yvelda. Sorry, Yvelda.
Yvelda.
Roll me a strength save.
Okay. Let me do that. Just.
Phaedra.
Yeah, I'm getting there. Sorry. Oh, that's not going to be good. Do I get any pluses to my strength for
No.
being eagle? Darn it. Okay.
This is not polymorph.
9.
You drop her.
As you
No.
fly over the cliffside, you drop Yvelda as they are skyrocketing down towards the bottom of the trench. Yvelda, do you want to do anything as you're getting drops? Yvelda? Hello?
Where'd she go?
They're muted.
Oh,
Okay, so as this happens, I need...
Wait, I'm here.
Yeah,
Wait.
hey, Yvelda, you got dropped into a
Yeah,
trench. What do you want to do?
Yeah. Am I close enough to the side?
No, you're
Am I, like,
halfway in the
close?
middle.
Motherfucker.
I'm
Can
sorry.
I use a reaction to try and lasso Yvelda?
I was gonna ask the same thing, but I will let Blaze do it.
Well, Yvelda, what do you want to do?
Hey,
You got
There's
30
nothing
seconds.
I can do.
You got 30 seconds to decide before you hit the water.
No, I don't think there's anything I can do.
I'm gonna try and lasso Yvelda.
Roll me... what would this be? Survival.
Yeah, I can't do anything.
Brother. Game, why do you keep fucking me over like this?
What'd you
7.
get? Oh,
7.
you missed. Is you
Oh,
try to
no.
lasso them, and you
Oh,
yank,
God.
but you end up... you do lasso them, but you're doing damage to them as you yank them.
Oh.
Yeah, that's fine.
Oh.
At least they're not dying.
So you lasso
And now
them
there's-
and you yank them, and as you yank them, you slam them into the rocky wall and exterior, as you
my
just basically
God.
used all the momentum of them falling and slammed them into it. So
Ooh.
you're taking 23 bludgeoning damage.
Can I pull her up?
Roll me a strength save.
Can I help
Yeah.
by like trying to climb?
you can, if you want, you can hand me the rope and I'll do the strength save.
Who?
Ezra, the person standing next to you.
I have a +10.
Yeah, I'm gonna hand the rope to... Why don't we just both do it?
Why don't you
just
both
both
roll
pull
me?
the rope.
Why don't you
Yeah,
both
we
roll
can
me a
both
Yeah,
strength
I
save?
didn't even think about that. Both of us?
Please, game.
I got
You're
a
a fucking
22.
dickhead. I got an 11.
So, Blythe, you try pulling and you're not really doing very much, but Ezra's being your rock and holding the rope in as you slowly drag your compatriot up.
D&D has it, like, D&D Beyond has it out for me today. I've been rolling nothing but stuff that no, listen up. I've been rolling nothing but stuff that I have a +5 and a +10 in.
Oh
And
my
I
god.
have
So
not done a good roll since.
you slowly drag Yvelda up, and as you see their body is covered in soot, vines, and some kind of fleshy bone thing, and
Ugh.
you know they're looking pretty worse for wear as you basically just sky yanked them, and I'm gonna roll a d20.
Oh.
Oh no.
Oh my god.
That's never a good thing.
You broke a
Hate
rib.
Oh.
Bruh, that's toxic.
I'm a healer, so it's I'll take care of everybody.
So you're gonna pick up Oku.
Are you done?
Yeah, if Oku wants me to do that, I can try.
Yeah. Just give me a second.
Okay.
And Oku will slam his fist on his shield, and you see some clocks appear around him, and he begins to shrink as I cast a reduce person on him.
Oh,
myself.
awesome. Okay,
So I am now a
I think
small
that would have been
little
helpful
dwarf.
earlier.
nice.
Okay.
I'm so
Does the-
tempted to make it so that Blade just wants to prove he can jump over.
Okay, I'm ready now. You can carry me.
Okay.
So
So I fly back.
you pick him up and you fly back. You don't have to make a strength save because he's just a small
Thank
little
you.
guy. You
Okay.
fly back and you drop him gently on the ground, and you may now unchange if you wish to.
Okay, I unchange.
As you change back to your normal shape, here you are all on the other side. As you walk through the gates of the castle, you can see that there's a large well on the right side that states, "Do not be a moron and steal gold from the well."
Okay, there's no need to bring up past mistakes.
And it says this for every person that passes by the well.
Don't let the
There's really
intrusive
no
thoughts
need to
burn.
bring that up. There's
Remember,
no need to bring.
Blaze, remember that time that you stole from the well and that guy
Shut
started
up.
electrocuting us? Okay.
Okay. Does anyone need healing right now? I
Me.
want to make sure. Okay, let me do.
So here's the thing. Healing won't fix the bone. You have to set the bone in place to be able to
Okay.
be healed. Roll me a medicine check.
Okay, I'll do that.
What'd you get?
Sorry, one sec.
Skill checks medicine.
Yeah, got it. 14? Does that do anything?
You are able to push the boat in place as you feel a
Okay.
tenderness, Yevland, and then you are able to use Cure Wounds to set it and heal it.
Okay, great. Just one. So let me get there. Okay, I'm going to do a level 2 healing word with that. Let's see. Hopefully that's effective.
You could just do level 1. I don't need that much healing.
Okay. Well, it went. Oh, wait. That's my. Shoot. Okay, level 1. I'll do that. Okay, I cast. How come it's not doing it? There we go.
You heal for 9 HP.
9.
As your bonus set back into place. So, as you travel from the first entrance, you see 2 very big open doors. Would you like to enter these doors?
Is this the place with like? Yes.
You open up
Okay.
the two.
I'm going to return back to normal size.
As you open up the two doors, you see that the whole long hallway has been filled with intelligence devourers.
Oh my god.
There's about 150 of the little fuckers.
Oh no.
Is there an Albert map, by the way, or are we just doing theater of mind?
Theater of
Okay,
Minds.
never mind. I'm going to cast Armor of Agathis at 5th level.
So you
And,
see a long
bunch of-
corridor with all kinds of burn marks everywhere of the old fire that came through here. And you see that half the chandeliers are lit, and that only half of the room is filled with intellect devourers.
They don't like fire. So if you just light a torch, you'll be fine.
You've experienced them before?
Yeah. That's why we lit everything else on fire.
Ah, that makes sense.
So Ezra's gonna take out like a lit torch and just kind of like wave it at her feet.
So as you begin to walk forward, Ezra, and you wave it at your feet, they kind of go around you, but they're kind of like, as you walk away, they fill the space back in.
Okay. Are these magical beings?
Technically.
Okay. Can I, if I cast Dispel Magic, would that get rid of them?
No, they're not made of magic.
Okay.
They have magic, but they're not made of magic.
The spell
Okay.
magic only works on spell.
Okay.
I'm going to cast Fire Shield on myself.
Okay. An embroidering fiery shield comes around your body that is lit of flame. As you walk forward, they again move out of your path, but then fill the space in behind you.
I'm going to cast create bonfire.
Okay.
The 5-foot square of flame.
Mm-hmm.
And try and use myself in the bonfire to sort of make a path for the rest of my companions.
Are you going to cast it on the creatures?
If they get in the way, I guess.
I mean, you can do so if you wish.
I'm not trying to. I'm trying to get them to move. I'm not trying to attack them. But if they're
Well, already moving out of the way from your fire shield, but they're filling in the space behind you, so they're only letting you through.
I can cast Sunbeam or Sunburst. And it's a 60-foot radius.
Wait, hey, sorry. I was kind of zoned out for that whole thing. What are we fighting?
there's these intellect devourers that are filling up the whole room, and they seem to be afraid of fire.
Ooh, I have a tinderbox and a torch. Can I just light my torch and throw it at them?
That's exactly what I did. I'm just holding a torch and walking.
Sure, Blaith.
Torch with my
Throw your fire stick at one of them.
He says
Oh my
it just
God.
fills in the area behind the
That's it. No, you know what? I'm not gonna throw it. I'm just gonna hold it. Gonna do the same
Okay.
thing as whoever else said they're doing that.
You lit your
I
torch?
don't know everyone's name.
Can't a couple of people just huddle up with me and follow me?
Well, the issue is that your fire shield only fits you, right?
Mm-hmm.
The other ones don't have any fire around them.
How close to the creatures getting to me?
About 2 feet.
Ah.
Like,
Okay, well,
they're getting
anyone
away from
wanna-
you, but, like, as soon as you leave their sight, they fall back into a group.
Alright, I'm just gonna cast Create Bonfire. I'm gonna stand outside the door, create bonfire in front of me, and the ones that want to get burned get burned.
As you do so, they catch a flame. And they start bumping into
Oh.
other ones that then catch a flame. And you see your bonfire slowly spread until it covers the whole floor.
And Blade grab some people and just run back the way they came. I feel like they're gonna explode.
No, well, I mean, I guess you could, but you're already kind of like in the mind flares. Not in the mind flares, in the intellect devourers, as your other friends are
I
standing
was
at the
gonna say
doorway.
freaking mind flares.
No, you are about like half. You're about
Hold up.
halfway. You're about
Only
halfway.
mind flayer I know is the one Aether
You
is
are
with.
halfway through the room.
Okay, well then I'm gonna bolt straight across the other side of the room.
Okay, roll me acrobatics not to get burned to death.
Okay, come on, game. Please don't fuck me over.
Sorry, I
for the first
didn't
time in
realize
forever.
what the situation was. I didn't know you guys were in there already.
26.
Burn you.
You manage
Oh my God.
not to catch a flame due to all your fur, and you race back to the doors where your friends
Oh,
Yvelda.
no, I said I go to the other side of the room. I bolt like to the end of the room where I'm the other safe area, like past the thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
But your friends are going to be left on the other side of the room.
Well, they can figure it out.
They'll figure it out.
So you bolt it to the other side of the room. You start racing past Ezra and Oku.
How far is the other side of the room from the doorway?
It's a 150-foot long corridor. 50 feet in is 50 feet in is the first part of the room. The rest of it, which is 100 feet, is the lit part of the room. You lit on fire the unlit part of the room 50 feet.
Oh, so once we get past that 50 feet, we're fine.
Yes, there's just now a burning mush area of corpses.
Who else is on this side with me?
Ezra, Blythe, and you. Yvelda and Phaedra are on the other side.
Can I try to run through?
Sure, roll me acrobatics.
Oh, God. 14.
Not quite good enough. You start to catch on fire as you are now taking fire damage as you are lit on fire. Take 18 damage as you are now lit on fire.
This corridor is a terrible, terrible place.
How high up is the corridor?
60?
60
Right?
feet.
60 feet?
Alright. I'm just gonna, whoever's left, I'm gonna, with their permission, grab them and cast Dimension Door and teleport us to the other side.
Do you
Up
want
to
to
5
waste that on it? I mean, is that something that you can cast like anytime?
No, but I don't want to catch us on fire.
Does anybody have the something cone?
Can you re-enter a dimension door after you cast it? Because you have to use a dimension door to get there.
It's just a one-time thing. It's 500 feet in any direction, and I can bring along one person.
So at the door frame is your friend. You are 50 feet away from them over a lake of fire of corpses.
You said the
Does
end of this
anybody have
corridor
the
is 150 feet.
The corridor is
No.
150 feet. The burning corpses that are there is 50 feet down the corridor. So from the door that you opened of the main door, 50 feet down, was full of intellect devourers. You set them all on fire. Now there's 50 feet of burning corpses of intellect devourers that one of your friends just tried to run through and got set on fire for. You are on the other side, where there is lit chandeliers of the rest of the 100 feet of that corridor, where they do not go. If you wanted to use Dimension Door, you could get to the other side, but I'm asking is, would you be able to pull them through that Dimension Door again after you pop out the other side?
I'm not. What do you mean pull them through it again? I'm just taking one person with. It's just a one-time thing.
What I'm saying is,
you have to get through that door and then bring somebody back with you. It has to be a round trip.
because you have to go to them, unless you want to walk through the lit fire of corpses.
Yeah, I guess I'm not understanding what the setup is. I'm at the front door, and then Blaze is
You
all the way.
here's
the
what
other
happened.
side.
Here's what happened. You opened up the front door to the castle. Ezra took a torch and there is 50 feet of intellect devourers in front of you. They waved the torch in front of them and walked through that area, right? They're going around you. You did the same thing with a fire shield. You walked forward with a fire shield, doing essentially the same thing. Then you cast Bonfire. As you casted Bonfire and you continued to walk through, some of them caught on fire, which bumped into others, which caught them on fire, and so on and so forth until everything behind you,
I see what the
50
issue
feet
is.
behind
Yeah.
you,
No,
is
no,
a
no,
lake
no,
of
no,
fire.
No. I said specifically I was not burning them with the bonfire. Then you said, oh, they're surrounding me by up to 2 feet. So I said specifically, I'm going back to the entrance, then casting bonfire to burn them. So I said I was at the entrance when I decided to actually attack them with the bonfire.
Then I got
That's why I'm
confused.
confused then. No, maybe I wasn't clear enough. Yeah, because I was.
You were
trying to
at the
figure out, like,
entrance.
how-
You casted Bonfire. They lit a flame. Yavelda, you make it to the other side. You're still lit on fire, by the way, Yavelda. Does anyone want to put her out?
Can I try and put her out? Yeah.
Yavelda, tell me, how do you feel about being put on fire? You're pretty quiet right now.
I'm tough. I got this.
Can I try to like stamp her, like suffocate it? Can I like take my jacket off and try to pat her out?
What about the earth? Can the earth like be called upon to like go on top of the fire? Is there earth in there?
It is
I don't think so.
It is a stone marble floor.
Stone marble. Okay, no problem.
I could run her into the other room.
Drop her
I
in.
have another idea.
I don't know what's in the water, so
I have another idea. I could cast conjure minor elementals to surround me, the cold ones.
would the
If
cold put out the fire?
Well, they would take damage, but they would surround me until they're dead. And it shouldn't take that long for me
But-
to run by, I think. Right? I don't know if that would ruin my concentration, though.
You would have
I
to
think
roll me.
if you surrounded yourself with cold, you would just kill them because just cold itself isn't going to put out the fire.
No, but it would prevent
Unless
me
I'm
from being burned.
misunderstanding.
Here's the issue. You put the fire
Okay.
out, there's now intellect devourers that are not on fire that are going to be hostile on you.
No, I just want to put her out. I just want to put out.
I'm talking about Phaedra's idea.
Okay. So even if I had, so the elementals around me would not be able to fight those?
No, they would.
that-
So, Phaedra, here's the thing. You put elementals around you, you can walk through it. I'm not saying you can't do this. You can do it. I'm just letting you know that once you put them
Okay.
out, they're going to attack you. They will attack the elementals, but once they're done killing the elementals, you now have a group of intellect devourers around you that will probably hoard you.
Okay, but then I could probably do a wall of fire behind me once we get out?
Maybe,
Or is
but
that too much?
I'm
Okay.
saying there is a
Sorry.
very strong possibility that by the time you walk through that burning pit of intellect devourers, you'll probably be halfway through before the elementals die.
Okay.
Just letting you know. And yes, you can go carry her into the next room, Ezra.
Okay.
So pick her up, make me an acrobatics save to not get burned.
A 17?
You're not burned. As you pick them up and you run into the next room, and I'm sensing you just chuck them into the water.
Yeah.
Are you chucking them down the flight of stairs?
No. No, I'm not.
Because you have to go down the stairs to get to the water.
Yeah, I'm gonna run down the stairs and put her in the water.
So you
But I
rush
don't want
in.
to let go of her completely.
So you rush into the next
I don't know
room
how
and
deep
you
the water
run
is.
down the stairs and you see the water. You're gonna toss her in the water.
No, I'm gonna
Am I
dip
on
her.
fire?
I don't want to. Yes, I don't want to let go of her.
So you're gonna
I don't know how
baptize
deep
her.
that water is. Yeah, I'm just gonna give her a sploosh.
You baptize
Okay.
her in the water and snuff the flames out. And then Oku, you're gonna use a dimension door to get across, right?
If there's someone else with me that needs to cross, yeah.
You can most definitely, as there is Phaedra, who's still there with you.
Alright. I reach out
And
my
then I just
hand.
put Phaedra out of fire, right?
No, you just put
Okay.
Yvelda out of
Oh,
fire.
I put Yvelda out of fire. Sorry, I
My
apologize.
God, people.
Oh, so that wasn't me? Oh, okay.
No.
Oh,
I'm getting confused.
I am too. I'm
sorry.
very, very
That was
confused.
on me. It's 100% on me.
Yvelda was the one who ran across, failed the acrobatics save, got caught on fire. Phaedra was the one who wanted to do the elemental thing. They were discussing their plan. Oku wanted to do the teleport across. It's not that
Okay.
hard, guys.
Phaedra, did you want to get across?
Yes, please.
Alright. I reach out my hand and.
Okay, I take your hand and I go with you.
You
Alright.
teleport across. As you teleport across, you're now on the other side. Congratulations. So, what will you all do? Will you push forward?
Does anyone need any healing? Or can you take a healing potion?
Well, you're looking at Blaith right now, as he's the only one over here. Blaith, what do you want to do?
Oh, okay.
I mean, Blight is completely fine. He's just kind of sitting there waiting for everyone to get across.
Okay.
He's just like, wake me up when they're here, and he takes a nap.
Ezra's good.
Ezra, do you not...
Yvelda might need some healing.
Yvelda, do you not have any reaction to getting set on fire, going in the water, and getting snuffed out? Nothing? Like,
I
you
would have
haven't...
been freaking out in turn.
You haven't said a single word this entire campaign so far.
She's in shock.
Yeah, I would have been freaking out internally, but like I would have tried to be cool about it, you know?
So,
Cool.
as you
You're
all
on fire.
meet up with each other, you see that the pathway splits 3 ways. You can go up a ladder, which leads, as you know in the dungeon report, into a bone cathedral, where there is a safe house. You can go across the middle pathway, which is shambling with rocks, or you can go down the staircase, which will lead you into an underwater catacombs type area.
I think we decided last time to go down. If I remember correctly, like straight across leads us into another one of the mines, or the.
It leads you into another
like,
great. It leads you into another great hall, but you don't know what's down that great hall.
Oh, okay.
So, what shall you all do?
Yvelda, do you want me to? Do you want some healing?
Yes, please.
Okay. I do a level 2 healing word.
Really sorry about that.
Oh.
I didn't know it hurt that bad.
Okay, I got 7. You killed 7.
What would you all like to do now?
There's the corridor will be.
What'd you say?
Did you say down was safe?
So at least the corridor will be clear for the next party.
I
No, I think those creatures are still.
I said that upwards is a bone cathedral. Downwards,
Right.
as you know, is an underwater catacomb. Or where there is not totally underwater catacomb, but a catacomb with water and sea creatures in it. And then you know, forward is another long corridor, but you don't know what's in the corridor. So you have 2 options that you have not explored: the corridor or underground. Choose.
What are we thinking?
And what do you decide?
I'm perfectly fine being surrounded by water.
Wait, so has everyone gotten across now?
Yeah.
Just a second. Okay. Sorry, I keep zoning out. ADHD.
We could go. I'm good going into the, down into the water, just because we know what's down there, and I have no idea what's across the corridor. And it would be difficult to get across the corridor. We can't, there's all that rubble there, so it's going to be difficult to cross it.
Looks like that's 2 for down. I guess going down.
Unless the cactus did the reverse gravity, does that still have effect from the last party?
All the reverse gravity did was clear up some of the rubble and allow you to go through if you wish to, but it's still very fragile.
So we could go through it.
You could go through, yes, but there's a chance that it could collapse on you.
I vote down.
I'll go with what you all say since some of you have been here before.
Blythe, what do you want to do?
Blade snores. He fell asleep. He's been waiting for
I'm
the
gonna
others.
kind of like nudge Blaze with my leg.
He's just gonna open his eyes and is like, "Let's go that way," and he points at the middle corridor, at the down corridor.
Down it is.
Okay, so we
So, as you guys head down the staircase, you hear sloshing water. Upon heading down the staircase, you see as there is a almost like a Venice structure of water and stability of rock. As there's all kinds of little tiny rivers of water as well as structure of stone. The water looks rather deep, almost like 60 foot deep. And you notice on the other side of the room towards the right hand side of you, it's like towards the right of you, there is a door. You can also see there's stuff moving in the water.
Wait, how far is the
I'm
door?
gonna
from
go
us?
towards the door.
One of you at a time, please.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I said I was gonna go to the door.
Okay. And what did you say, Oku?
I was saying, how far away is it?
The door is currently 50 feet away from you. You would have to traverse the Venezuela, the Venice-like structure of the rivers and such.
Is it moving water?
Huh?
Is the water moving?
No, it's still.
I'll let Yavelda go to the door.
Are you guys going to move with her?
I'd like to do perception to see if I can determine like creatures in the water and like what the kind of size or
Okay.
if that would that be okay? I mean, does that work?
Yeah, you can do that.
Okay. 25.
So you see in the water that there are all kinds of creatures moving beneath them. Some of them look rather humanoid, almost like fishmen. Others look like sea creatures. And you see that there is a shadowy figure of some kind of thing with tendrils.
Okay, I explained that to the group.
I vote door. I was chill until tendrils, so I vote door.
I think we have to go through the water to get to the door.
No, you're not. You didn't hear
Oh.
correctly. It's like Venice, where there is rock and there is
Oh.
passageways of water, but there is rock on each side that you can hop to.
Sorry, I miscommunicated or I misheard that. Okay. So basically like bridges and things over the water.
There's no bridges. You will have to like make a short hop, but it's only like 5 feet of your movement.
Okay. Then if y'all
Give
want to put
someone a rope that's really good at acrobatics, I guess, to get across and then make it easier for the rest of us.
It's just a 5-foot gap, though.
It's a 5-foot gap, and then it's like stone all the way to the other door.
No. I'll explain with a picture. Have any of you ever been to
feel like-
Venice or seen Venice?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
No,
I've
I've
been to
seen it.
Venice.
Nope.
Yeah.
That's really nice. Actually, it stinks though.
Those kind of thing. I mean, if you have a whole bunch of water just like sitting
Oh no, it's because all the
like
sewers
that.
flow into it as well.
Yeah, I imagine it would start to stink.
Isn't it like going underwater? Kind of like there's stores and
Yeah, I
stuff.
mean, I went. Nah, it's like, I mean, yes, but also it's a really old city, so some of the sewers still connect to the water, and the water in Venice is never clear. That's one thing. I went there
Yeah.
for the summer once, and it reeks, but it's beautiful.
Apparently, I can't spell Venice correctly.
Are you spelling it like
You
the
want me to
deer?
spell it for you?
Yes, that'd be nice.
VENICE.
Okay, thank you.
Got you.
So let me just drop a picture of what Venice looks like, so you kind of get the drift here. I thought it would be easy enough, but
I just trying to figure out like the path from where we are to the door that we're trying to get to. What is it? Is it water? Is it rocks? Are we hopping along a bunch of rocks? Or that's.
posted in the
Did you
audience
post
chat.
it?
Yeah, I'm getting there, don't worry. It's literally like, think of a sidewalk, a 3-foot gap of water, and then another sidewalk, and then there's like it's scattered pieces of stone floating on top of water. Like there's pillars of stone where there's like walkways
Oh,
of
it's
stone.
like
So are we hopping from
Like
stone to
Frogger.
stone, or is it just
Literally,
one
it doesn't
hop
require a
and then
save.
we
You're
can
just
walk the rest of the
walking
way?
on top of the stone. It's requiring 5 feet of movement, no saves, no checks. You're just hopping from stone to stone, pathway to pathway, walking to the door.
You just want a picture?
No, just then we can walk. Let's just walk. Then Yvelda can walk over there, right? Then have her walk over there.
In the audience, do you see the picture of what I'm talking about? Audience chat.
Yes, I see.
But imagine there's
You
sidewalks
didn't
there
show any of the
instead.
path.
It's
Okay.
not the movement that scares me, it's the thing with tendrils under the water. I don't like that. Like,
Reese's
I'm
sure.
chill with like going across that, not chill with the tendrils.
Maybe they're nice tendrils.
I don't.
Here,
I've only had one experience with nice tendrils, and I don't think it's going to be in this dungeon. And that is a joke that only Ulrich and Cactus are going to get.
Wait, what'd you
Sounds
say?
good. All right.
I said I only had one good
I'm
experience with
posting one as
tendrils,
well,
and I
but
don't think it's gonna be
essentially what
Okay,
they
there's
posted.
no need to rub that shit in. I'm not. Ulrich is salty, and so am I. I'm just letting you know.
So, where you see Oku in the audience chat, basically it's just a walkway. There's some water in between the walkway. There's another walkway on the other side. You can traverse the walkways of stone. Do you see what we mean?
Yes. Okay.
The water's deep in
Heading to
between.
the door.
So you head to the door, and you're, walking across the walkways and seeing stuff move under the water. If anyone wants to make me another perception check, they can.
I will.
One person.
Actually,
2 people
no,
at most.
somebody else make that. I don't have.
I'll do it.
Good.
Did you do it?
Yeah, whoever has a good thing on that.
8.
28.
So you see, Phaedra, there's still things moving in the water, but they're following you guys.
Oh. Okay, everybody
There's-
knows they're following.
There's fishmen that'll come up to the surface, peek, and then swim back down. And you distinctly notice that the tendrils you saw before are getting bigger in clumps
The Kraken's coming.
as you approach the door.
Unleash the Kraken.
Can we rush through that door, please?
Well, you get to the door, and you see that there is a mass on the door.
A mass?
A purplish mass.
Is it a tenderly mass?
It is.
Oh.
Can I hit it?
Oh.
Without making a perception on it, sure, go ahead.
Oh,
do you
God,
want
we're
me to do
gonna
another
die.
perception?
Can I
mean,
make a perception?
You know,
and then
sure.
hit
Sure. If you don't want to see what it is, you can definitely just go ahead and hit it.
Nope. I want to make a perception first.
See, now you're thinking of portals.
Well, I got a 6, so it doesn't fucking matter.
Can I make
Can I
another
try
perception check?
Arcana?
You can make a perception check, and yes, you can make an Arcana.
Okay. 31.
Dang. 23 Arcana.
You. Okay, I got you. I gotta give you
still
a
wanna hit it.
visual. Yeah, you'll get to. Don't fucking worry. I gotta get you guys a picture.
Yes, I'd like a picture.
Picture. That's pretty cool because I can't read, so I like
Oh,
looking at
yeah.
pictures.
So, I'm posting this in OOC. This is what you see.
Okay.
You see a Neotheld.
A Neopet. Whoa.
It is a purplish
I'm
mass of
collecting that.
tentacles and spikes that are all over it. It has a maw that splits open like a flower and reveals small little parasitic tendrils on it.
Oh my gosh.
Mmm. That's good eats.
It's gargantuan.
Is there... Where is it? Confused.
It's
Oh, shit.
gargantuan?
Mm-hmm.
The thing on the door?
Wait, it's on the door?
It is on
We can-
it is on the door. In front of it as a giant mass of tendrils, and it is a gargantuan beast.
Oh.
We didn't see it when we were all the way on the other side?
It slithered up out of the water.
Oh, that
Okay.
came up out of the water.
I have a question.
I told
Mm.
you the tendrils weren't to be
Does-
screwed with.
Does it look friendly?
No.
Can I try talking to it?
It
Oh,
looks...
Come on, I was.
Blythe, it looks like it might want to lay some eggs on your insides.
Oh, ew.
Oh, that's.
Tasty.
Let that happen to
I'm gonna
Aether.
make sure
She
my
already has.
hammer's ready to go.
Let's get. Can we sacrifice Aether?
So, Yvelda, you
Aether's
wanted to
not
go up
even
and hit it, right?
Sorry, you're
Yeah.
the one who's used to tentacles already.
Wait, Yvelda, before you go hit it, can I... give
Wait,
you
yeah,
a
wait.
little-
Can I try doing something before we hit it?
What do you want to do?
Can I throw it my rations?
No.
Oh, like kind of an offering.
I wanna have a pet. I want a pet. I'm gonna throw it my rations.
Make me a persuasion check.
Persuasion.
No, make me
Fuck.
animal handling check and throw me your
Animal
rations.
handling. Okay. Come on, game. Please don't you fuck me over on this. I beg you. Please, game.
Nat one.
Nat 20! Nat fucking 20, bitch!
So here's what happens.
No way.
So as it slithers over to you, you put out some rations for it. As it looks at the rations, as one of its spiky tongues comes out and wraps her up around the ration and eats it. And as you did so, animal handling, it kind of like let it on that you're, friendlier. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
What
That might not
happens?
be what he means.
See, what happens is it looks at you, and you can see that it coos with excitement as it
You're a
then wraps around you with its tendrils and sucks you into the gullet.
You're a mate.
Can I hit it now?
Make me a strength save. Blythe.
Wait,
Oh,
he rolled good on his animal handling.
I rolled a
The
7.
Beautiful irony of what's happening right now.
What the fuck?
So-
I thought I was gonna have a pet.
So you are sucked in and swallowed.
Oh my god.
Oh my gosh. Okay, we have to get him out of there.
I'm gonna be a
No, I
father.
think it likes.
I'm
you.
gonna be a father.
As you are sucked into its gullets, you can see that its muscles are surrounding you, and slowly it's asphyxiating you inside of it while slowly secreting acid. Each turn, you'll have to make me a
I got a
Constitution.
25.
Wait,
I rolled a nat 20,
Nat
and
20,
this is what
yeah.
you do to me.
Yeah, fun
Yeah,
fact.
exactly.
It's chaotic evil.
But I was
You
nice
got
to
me
it.
wrong, man.
It's a chaotic,
chaotic
evil
evil.
creature.
Givalda, hit it.
Like, great, you
Awesome.
made friends with it, and it saw you as a great food source.
Son of a bitch.
Yes, Yavelda, you can walk up and hit it.
Okay, I'm gonna hit it twice with my great axe. So I have 2 actions.
Hey, don't you slice
16.
me in half while you do that.
16 and 23.
16 does not hit, 23 does hit. How much
13.
damage do you do?
And a bonus. 13.
Okay, wait a minute. I'm not going to let you do the bonus action, because this is a free action before a battle.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I didn't want to do it anyway, so it's fine.
Can I try to roll something to befriend it again and make it spit me up?
You're currently inside of it, and you can't persuade it while doing so.
I stab it from the inside out.
You most certainly
Just
can.
create as much
If you
damage
can
as
overcome your
possible.
Constitution save on your turn. Everyone roll me initiative! Except Blythe, who rolls with disadvantage.
You dickhead. Come on, game, please.
I got a 9.
21.
20. 20.
I can make the initiative counter.
Roll a 20 with disadvantage. Let's go.
Nice. 22.
Fuck, dude, come on. I had a 23 if it wasn't disadvantage. Damn you, Cactus.
Not my fault, you want to get Vord.
I thought, excuse, huh?
Don't make
When
friends
the
with the creatures.
Wait, hold up, I'm getting Vord? I thought I was just getting eaten alive.
Nope.
That's what 4 is.
Is it?
Yep.
Is it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I have a very different idea of getting Vord than ignore
It is
me,
definitely
please.
still a sexual thing, though.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no,
I
I
think
know,
so
but I
too.
thought getting
Wait,
Vord.
what?
This isn't gonna. I hope this doesn't get you banned on YouTube, but I thought getting Void was getting fucked while you get eaten alive. I didn't realize it was
How
just getting
would
eaten alive.
one?
Moving
Yeah,
right on
that's-
past that, Phaedra, I need you to roll me initiative.
Okay. I'm sorry, I'm still a little quirky with this thing. I've got my die 20 up, but it says everyone roll. Do I hit that? I mean,
Oh yeah,
You
it just
click-
shows everyone.
Click
how much your
initiative.
roll was.
That's all you gotta do. Just
Just click
click
initiative.
oh,
initiative.
there we go. Oh, 7.
It's not showing up for me.
Oh, okay. That was. Shit, sorry.
Is it showing up for everyone?
we go.
Oh, nope, there it goes. There it goes.
6. I'm not going first, I guess.
Yeah. I did pretty shit too.
Ooh,
Ezra, you
which-
didn't roll me. No, you did. Never mind.
Yeah, I did. I'm stupid, but I'm on top of it.
Is anyone damaged? Besides
Me.
Just the guy
Blaze?
inside.
Besides Blaze?
Blaze might be. No, the rest of us are fine.
I am kind of
1
damaged.
minute while I adjust my fan.
Oh, okay.
Who's kind of damaged?
Like I don't think anybody's damaged
Yavelda.
from this
Okay.
thing. Ivelda got lit on fire though.
Yes.
I
that's
did
right.
heal you for 7 points. I don't know if you.
This isn't
Yeah,
fair. I
still.
rolled a nat 20.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm back.
Why am I being punished for rolling well?
It's a chaotic creature that's evil.
And
Oh,
which
you
one of
don't make
us
me
likes
cry.
to hit things up close?
I just wanted a pet monster.
Pause
I thought it
again.
would work.
Pausing right now.
Oh, okay.
End whatever conversation I returned to. Thank God it was not recording. What the fuck y'all
Did you hear
gonna
our
do?
conversation? Could you hear our conversation?
No, nor do I want to.
So,
Okay, you
giving
get
an
to see who's
explanation.
going first.
who goes first?
Look in the OC.
Oh, is it me? Oh, okay. I'm going. Oku will clasp his hands together.
Wait, didn't someone roll 21?
I rolled 22.
I rolled 21.
Yeah, so I shouldn't be going second.
Excuse me, princess.
How dare you want to
I
go
get
before
that
me?
reference. I get that reference.
I am correcting you, and I'm not. This isn't even helping me. This is making me go third.
Belief?
Yes.
Alright, I'm going to cast fifth level aid on myself, Yavelda, and Ezra. So you add another 20 to your max hit points, and you heal another 20 hit.
Hold on, what? What did you say, Oku?
I'm casting aid on Yavelda, myself,
Oh,
and Ezra.
okay.
So heal 20, and your max goes up by another 20. And I will say, is someone gonna get Blaze out of there?
We have to. I mean, the only way I can think of doing that is cutting it open.
Or burning it. Or killing it.
Well, if we kill it, we still have to get him out. Like, he's still gonna.
Is
Oh,
the
we-
creature like right in front of the door? Like, can we go around it to
Yeah.
get to the door?
No, we cannot.
It's
And
right
also,
in
we would
front
have
of
to
the
still
door,
get
and
back-
it's gargantuan, meaning it blocks the whole fucking door.
We have to fight it.
I will go
We
to
don't
the
have a
left side of it and try to get as close
You are
as
all
possible.
15 feet away from this thing, so
Okay,
you go to the left side. What are you gonna
left
do?
side of it, yeah. That's it. I already cast aid on
Okay, Yavelda, what are you gonna do?
Yavelda, Ezra.
I'm going to rage.
Okay.
And I'm going to attack it with my great axe again.
Okay, roll to see if you hit.
18 and fucking that one.
Roll me both damages.
I don't want to. 17 and 10.
So,
Oh, plus 3 to both of those.
so the first one strikes for 20 damage as you cleave into the monster, slicing into a part of its body as it lets out a terrible screech. However, your next swing, you swing down on yourself and cut into your own leg for 13 damage.
Oh my god.
Well, at least you got the 20 hit points.
Yeah.
Congratulations. Would you like to do anything else, Yavelda?
No.
Blave.
Okay.
Roll me a
So
con
let's make a
save.
con save.
Yep.
Oh my god, I hate this game. 8.
Okay. Taking damage. You're taking 16 acid damage. This will increase by a d8 every turn if you fail.
Oh my gosh.
Can I still roll attacks?
You have to make me a strength save for each attack. Because you're
For each
being grappled.
Okay, gotcha. That's gonna be a lot of fucking strength saves. Jesus. Okay, hold on.
Because right now, currently, you can attack. However, know that slowly over time, your range will be limited, so you won't be able to swing with all your weapons.
He's a monk. He doesn't need to use weapons.
No, I will be swinging with weapons. So, first off, bonus action. Hunter's Mark.
You're marking him on the inside.
Great, you've Hunter's marked the inside. Congratulations.
I think you know where he is.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
But it's an extra d6 now. Okay. Let me just going forward, because there's a lot of shit here which I still need to try and figure out because I'm not smart at this
Get it?
stuff.
Shit, because you're in its digestive system.
Okay, I get. So this thing hasn't taken its turn yet, has it?
Nope.
No.
No.
It's all you.
Perfect. So that's 1. Okay. First, can I just roll my attacks?
You can roll to see if you hit.
Okay.
I need you to make me a strength save for each one, though.
Okay. So
that doesn't hit. Roll me the next hit.
Okay. Second one. 22.
22 hits. You got a third attack?
Strength save. I have, yes, 4.
You have 4 attacks per action?
I have dual wielding. So 2 swords.
Okay, so 2 attacks per action, 4 attacks. But that's only for a one-handed weapon, though.
Yes, 2 long swords, versatile weapons.
They're, I believe, aren't they one?
Martial versatile.
So you can turn a long sword into a one-handed weapon.
Yes, I can either wield it with one hand or 2 hands. The damage differs depending on what I do.
Do you have dual wielding though?
Yes. I have the dual wielder feat.
There you go. What?
Okay, let me roll the next attack. 18.
Hit.
7. So 2 of the attacks hit. Now, hold on.
1 minute.
Ooh.
Is he going again?
No, not that. So you have the versatile feat, correct?
There's no versatile feat. I have the dual wielder feat.
Versatile is a trait for the weapon.
Okay. I'm just making sure, because it seemed a little sus, but... You hit 2 attacks, roll me your 2 strength saves.
Okay. The first one fails, that's a 9. And the second one hopefully succeeds, that's a 20.
You get 1 attack.
Okay.
Roll me your damage.
Hold up now. Okay. Roll damage. So there you go. Huh? Why is that rolling more?
Why did you roll multiples?
I don't know why I rolled multiples. What the fuck did that just do? Oh, it's because I don't. What the fuck just happened? I'm so confused. Why did that roll 4 times?
I don't know, but I'm only accepting the 1 damage because you're doing it with one-handed, so it's a 1d8, right?
Yeah.
So 7 damage.
Okay, hold on. There's still some stuff to do. I get an extra 1d6 damage because of the Hunter's Mark.
Roll your d6.
4. Wait,
11.
it's not done. Then I get an extra. Where is it? Extra 1d8
Because...
from Dread Ambusher, from the Gloomstalker Ranger.
Is it a no action thing?
It's just an extra. He gets 1 extra damage on his first attack on the first turn.
Yeah. At the start of your first turn each combat, your walking speed increased by 10 feet, which also if you take the attack action on that turn, you can make 1 additional weapon attack as part of that action. Oh shit! So I need to roll another attack. Dealing extra.
But was it
1d8
only for your
damage
first attack or your...
on my first turn?
Okay. Because if it was for your first attack, you failed your first attack.
Yeah, no, I know. But let's just roll another d8 that misses. It's a 9.
Okay, so you're doing 11 damage.
Nope, not done yet. And I get surprise attack. If you hit a creature that's not taken its turn yet in the current combat with an attack roll, it takes an extra 2d6 damage. So I hit things, so an extra 2d6. Actually, that's just 7 damage.
So 18 damage.
And you could try and stun it too.
You already used a bonus action.
I used my bonus action.
Doesn't cost you any bonus action. You just spend the key point.
No, it's a bonus action, isn't it?
It's a bonus action.
Nope.
After you take the attack action on your turn, you can spend 1 key point to make 2 unarmed strikes as a bonus action. It's a bonus action.
No, I said stun it, stunning strike, but never mind, go ahead.
Wait, stunning strike isn't bonus? Are you sure? When you hit with a melee attack, you can spend 1 key point to make the target stunned until the end of your next turn. Oh, yeah, let's do that.
But wouldn't you have to do that when you were doing your attacks?
Can we just say I did? You swallowed me after I rolled a net 20. Can you just let this slide?
No.
Really?
Yeah, really.
Remember for next time.
You get to remember for next time. Congratulations. Now you know. Okay. Next up is the Neofeld's turn. So... creatures 1 mile... Oof. That's bad. I need you to make me an intelligence save. Blaith?
Ooh.
Blaith, intelligence
Me?
save. Is your name Blaith?
Okay. You didn't say Blade, you just said I need you.
I said Blaith.
My bad. Net 1.
Fuck. Well. Okay then. So part of his innate no actions that he can do is so now I need you to roll me a 1d10.
Well, you're what?
You roll me a 1d10, Blaith.
Okay. That is a 6.
Mental confusion. You have failed within his... He has a inner sense of calling of psychic abilities, and he has used inner confusion on you.
Okay, meaning?
Your next turn, you do not take an action or move.
Cool.
So you cannot take an action on your next turn.
It just skips his turn essentially.
You can use bonus action if you want. And he is now going to use a acid breath on the rest of you in a 60-foot cone. All of you make me a dexterity save. besides Blaith.
Amazing that Blade is the only one, ironically, that's safe from this.
Right.
I got a 12.
How is he hitting all of us? I moved to the side of him.
It's a 60-foot
Everybody else is
cone.
15. Yeah,
I got
everybody's
it.
15 feet away.
How far did you move to the side of him?
I assumed 30 feet. You didn't tell me that there was a limit, so I assumed
No,
30
no.
feet.
I was just wondering how far you moved. So if you moved 30 feet to the right, 15 feet away, 45.
To the left, but...
I mean, I guess you would be safe from this since you're close enough to him, but I also didn't... Because if you were... Did you move 15 feet towards him then away, or did you just move to the...
I said I moved to the side of him as far as possible. You said the door's blocked, so I said I moved to the side of him as far
Okay.
as possible.
I'm... Just checking, okay? You are not affected by this, Oku. Everyone else is.
Lovely.
So let's see. Yavelda fail, Phaedra fail, Ezra fail. Oh boy, you're all taking acid damage. Oh. Okay. One, two, three, four, 5, 6, 7, 8. You guys are taking 46 acid damage as it exhales a cone of acid into the area around you, blowing it as it begins to destabilize the rock around you, slowly melting into it till it goes into the water below, sizzling.
Shit.
And next it's going to turn to you, Blaith. I need you to make me an intelligence save.
Okay.
Not Blaith, sorry, Oku.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Blade is still inside of him.
I was
Isn't it?
gonna say, yeah.
Yeah, he just
I was
turns
gonna say,
around and
this
looks
is
at
a
his
bit of
body.
abuse, isn't it?
No, Oku, please make
Yeah.
me an intelligence save.
Gotta make sure you get me. Yeah. Definitely a threat over here. Let's see. Something save, you said.
Yes.
The 14.
14.
How many actions do I make?
Oh, thank God that you got a 14. You're only taking psychic damage. It attempted to use Consume Mind on you.
Oh, that sounds bad.
If you would have failed, your intelligence would have dropped to 0 and you would go unconscious.
Not that didn't happen.
You take 14 psychic damage. As it looks over to you in a psionic screech, it lets out into your head, bouncing around, consuming your thoughts. It affects both you and your god.
Alright. He takes 25 cold damage for hitting me with that. Because I have armor of agate it's on.
Okay. As he gets hit with this cold damage, he kind of recoils a bit, not expecting to get hit after he just dove into your mind. It is now Ezra's turn.
I'm gonna hit him with my hammer.
Okay.
Does a
19 hits.
19 hit?
Yep.
Yay! Takes 14 bludgeoning damage.
14 does... Okay, is only one hit.
Yeah, I have 2 attacks per action.
You have 3 attacks per action.
Oh shit, I do. Sorry. Well, I'm
Roll
just gonna
me.
hit it 3 times.
Hit.
21. 29.
Hit.
Damn.
18.
Remember to take your temp... So, when you slam into
And a
this thing, when you slam into this thing, right? You smash into it 3 times as the skull opens up its maws. The shadows slice into it, stealing away some temporary HP for you.
Nice.
So you got 6
I'll
temp
take
H.
that.
You got 6 temp HP off that.
Yep. And then I don't think I have anything else to do as like a bonus action or anything. Could I actually? Could I use Bone Snatcher as a bonus action
It is a bonus action.
to get the +2 to strength weapons?
Yes, you could.
Okay.
So, as you see, you need to roll to hit for me.
Is a
See if you hit.
22 hit? 22?
22 does hit. So,
Nice.
where are you aiming this?
I'm gonna aim it at its throat.
Okay. You pull out a throat bone. As it rips out of it, you see a 2-foot bone coming, lodging your way, covered in a gross purplish mucus and flesh, as it lets out a screech. So you did have to sacrifice 5 HP to use this, but you're going to crush
That's
it
fine.
instantly.
Yes, I'm going to crush it instantly.
Okay, you gain a temporary buff for your next turn.
+2 on my strength.
Yep, for damage on your strength weapons. That's for your next turn only, unless you want to use it again.
That's fine. Thank you.
Does that end your turn?
Yes.
It is now Phaedra's turn. What do you want to do, Phaedra?
I'm going to summon Draconic Spirit.
Okay. Is that your action or
Okay.
bonus action?
That's my action, but I have a bonus action for my Starry Archer.
Okay.
Does it matter which one I do first?
No, it doesn't.
Okay. Okay, so I'm gonna cast that. So I have my as a 5th level. Okay, and then so that's gonna summon my dragon spirit. And then
Is this just your self buff, or are you summoning like an actual spirit dragon?
I'm summoning an actual spirit dragon.
Okay. Do you have the stat sheet for it?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
But, do I need to? Should I tell you?
No, you don't need to show me.
Okay. So then.
So.
What? I'm sorry.
Does it go? So. It goes right after you, right?
It does. I'm summoning a metallic dragon.
Okay, this will go right after your turn's done then.
Yes, I do have to direct it, but I will direct it as soon as I do that. And then I'm going to do a bonus action of Starry Archer.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And it does 2d8 plus 5 damage. And I guess I should do the hit first, right?
Yeah, you should probably do a hit first.
Okay.
Make sure you hit the best.
18?
18 hits the beast.
Okay, good.
Roll me that damage.
13.
So as you make the spectral archer, you shoot a star at it. As it explodes, you deal 13 damage as it goes across its face, scorching its jaw.
Okay. And then I command my dragon to attack with his rend. I command the dragon to attack with a rend.
Okay.
A rend.
Roll the hit.
Okay.
It'll say to hit, so you just need to roll a d20 and then plus whatever the hit is for it.
Okay. Do I just use the little die thing there that nobody can see, or do I do it?
The die on the left-hand side.
Yeah. Oh, the
Yeah.
left-hand side.
Yeah, the die on the left-hand side. Use that. So you see in the sheet, the stat sheet, how it has like the attack, and then to hit is like plus whatever. Right?
Sorry.
Do you understand what I mean?
Okay, I have a little die on the right side of my phone. Is that?
Oh, you're on
same?
a phone. Okay.
That might be it.
Uh,
Yeah.
Okay. So it's
Let me take a look at your character sheet real quick.
okay. Sorry.
Was this a spell you cast, or was this a feature?
It's a spell.
What level?
Level 5.
Summon Draconic Spirit.
So
I didn't know you were on phone. I thought you were on PC.
no, I'm sorry.
Okay.
So it's 1d6 plus 4 plus the spell level piercing damage.
Roll to hit.
Okay. Okay, so it's 2 plus the
It's 9 plus 9. Whatever you roll, that's 9.
plus 9.
You rolled damage, not to hit. So to hit, it states that for your rend, like I was saying before,
Yeah.
you
So
rolled damage
plus-
though. You didn't roll to hit.
Oh, I thought the hit was 1d6 plus 4 plus the spell's level.
Yeah, but you still have to roll to hit it. The
So
dragon has to actually hit.
So rend melee attack, your spell modifier to hit. So your spell modifier to hit is a plus 5. So I need you to roll me a d20 plus 5.
Okay, sorry. Okay, so it's
19 plus 5,
Plus
20
No,
something.
it's her spell attack modifier, so it's supposed to be plus 10. No, not plus 5.
Okay, still it hits. It's a 29.
okay.
You hit. It's doing 13 damage. Your dragon rends into the creature, slashing into it.
Okay.
And you get one more attack and a breath weapon too.
If they chose to do a multi-attack.
I didn't say that I would do one, so I don't know if that's still allowed. Probably not, huh?
Let me check if it does one off the bat or if you gotta choose it as...
And also, it's a 30-foot cone, so I don't know if anybody's standing near the creature.
So it says that you do a multi-attack and the rend is just a different thing, but the dragon makes a number of rend attacks equal to half the spell's level, rounded down, so you need to make me to level 5 spell, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Casted at 5th level, that means rounded down, make me another rend attack. So roll me a d20 plus 10.
Okay. we go. Ooh, that's not good. 6 plus 10, so it's 16.
16 does not hit. Make me a breath weapon. The breath weapon excels 30-foot cone.
You make the creature makes a save.
Yeah, and so does Blaze.
But isn't Blade
No,
kind
no.
of like
You
protected
make the
by?
save. Blaze makes it. I see.
Yeah, Blaze makes the save. I said Blaze makes the save.
Oh, I need to make a save?
Yeah, you're inside the beast. You're getting hit with this too.
But isn't he protected by the creature's skin and all?
No.
Can't he?
Oh my God.
Can't the dragon not aim at his throat? It's a gargantuan creature, right? Like
You can choose to aim it, but you don't know where he's inside the body. He got swallowed somewhere in the body now.
We know he's not in the throat because I pulled a bone out of it and he was fine.
Yeah.
yeah. So
I was
aim
going
at
to
the
aim at
throat.
his head, so.
Okay. You got to tell me where you want to aim, though.
To his
Otherwise,
head. At his
okay. Just as a heads up, if you don't tell me where you're aiming, I'm just assuming. So he needs to make a dex saving throw of your spell
Right.
save DC, which is 18. Okay, what do you got for dex, bud? Not very good dex. That's a 7. He fails.
Roll 2d6. Roll 2d6 damage, and then that's how much.
Okay. That's not 2d6. Oh, okay. Sorry. I have
You're
to know.
good.
One.
You're good. You're good.
Okay, so 5 and 1, so 6.
2d6 damage.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was
2d6,
the first
6
one I
fire.
rolled a 1, and the second one I rolled a 5.
6
Is
fire
that-
damage.
Right?
Yeah, you're good. You're good.
Okay.
It's just not. It's just slow for me right now, so it's not showing up.
Oh,
But,
sorry.
what is
sorry.
it? What does it say, Oku?
6 fire damage. I'm assuming
6.
it's fire damage. It's a
Okay.
brush, right?
Okay. So you deal 6 fire damage as you scorch the beast's face. Oku, it is your turn now.
Okay. So Blaze is somewhere in its body.
Yep, you don't
don't
know where
know.
it is. It's a mass of tentacles and tendrils all wrapped around itself, so it could be really anywhere inside of it.
Right. I am going to use my divine feature and sorry. Twilight Sanctuary. Every ally within 30 feet of me gets to heal, gets 1d6 plus 2 temporary hit points.
Who would even be around you in a 30-foot sphere, though?
Sorry, who would be around me in the 30 feet?
If you
I'm
would
going
use
to,
it.
Yeah, I'm going to move closer to my ally.
How far is your movement
So
speed?
every 25 feet.
Okay. You have 2 melee fighters up front against the beast, and you have one that's kind of behind, 15 feet away.
I'll try to get the melee fighters in. They get 8 temp.
So you move 25 feet up towards the melee fighters. You're now in front of the beast.
Mm-hmm.
So, your Twilight Zone, what do they get?
They get 8 temp hit points.
I should have mentioned that Ezra has something like 150 temp right now.
Yeah, I have like 300 hit points left before I die. Don't worry about me.
No. Knowing's half the battle. Alright, well
Yeah, I'm
that's
fine. You're not gonna kill me.
that was my turn. I didn't I know that now.
No bonus action?
Let's see. No, nothing on my bonus action.
Okay, Yevland, it's your turn. This thing's looking a little worse for wear. It's currently bleeding from its neck, It doesn't look like it's doing too well. It's kind of getting bruises and slash marks all over it.
Actually, sorry. I'll cast Sanctuary for my bonus action.
Okay. Yevland.
I am going to go into beast form.
Okay.
Is that an action?
Are you wild shaping?
No, it's just some form of the beast barbarian.
I
It's
don't
a
know.
bonus
Why don't
action.
you check? I'm pretty sure it's a bonus action.
The only thing in bonus action is rage.
Check your action.
Oh, I think you just do it as part of your rage.
Oh,
I think it's.
so I would already be when I
Yeah,
raged?
you would already be in beast form in your rage.
Oh, okay. Okay, so I'm going to use Form of the Beast Bite, but I'm also going to use Infection Fury with that.
Okay. Roll.
So, 16.
Miss.
Ugh. Okay, I'm gonna try and bite him again.
Okay.
No, I'm gonna use my claws this time. Fuck.
Miss. So you attempt to bite him and you
Yeah.
kind of just whiff in the air and you try to slash, but it's kind of like a cat fight slash. It doesn't really go anywhere.
That's it.
Blaith, make me a con save.
Okay. 15.
Let me see here.
Do I pass?
I'm checking. My game is lagging. My notes are lagging. What'd you get last time? 8?
Hmm?
Your current one is a 15. You need
I just rolled 15.
you need a 16.
Cool.
So you're taking damage.
Alright, how much?
14 damage. That's acid, by the way.
Okay.
So because of this, your movement is now further restricted as it begins to push you deeper into its body. It's also getting tighter. You're having less space
Not
to
much you
move.
could do anything before, so...
You are not able to use your long swords due to the space in here. You have to move to different items of your fists.
Alright.
What do you want to do?
Um...
You can't use actions because of the thing beforehand, but you can use a bonus action.
Right, okay. Now let's see. Let's use Flurry of Blows. Yeah, right. Flurry of Blows. That's 1 key point for 2 unarmed strikes, okay. Wait, how many times can I do this in one thing? Is it only once?
You
Flurry
only
of
have one bonus
blows.
action per turn.
Flurry of blows is one bonus
Um,
action, so
But can I use flurry? Can I do like spend 5 key points to do like 10 unarmed attacks?
No, just
one.
one point for the flurry of blows.
Alright, then I'm gonna use 1 point for flurry of blows and 1 point for stunning blow. Actually, 2 points. Both attacks are gonna be stunning, just in case.
Well, you decide after you hit.
Oh,
you
is it after I
successfully-
hit?
Yeah.
Oh, cool. Okay. So yeah.
Roll to see if you hit.
Hold on. 6 16
Fail.
and 29.
For a freer blows, you hit the last one.
Okay, and that it needs to make me a Constitution.
You need to make me a strength save first.
12. I fail.
No damage for you, my friend.
Nice.
Rough.
So, it is moving on to the Neophild's turn. So the Neophild is going to look at you, Phaedra. Roll me an intelligence save.
Okay.
$23.
You pass. You take...
What? Oh, thank you.
You take 6 psychic damage. It's now going to make 2 tentacular, tentacle tongue attacks. Tentacular tongue attacks. Ugh, I hate that word.
Gross.
So, first off, it's going to try to attack you, Oku.
Sweet.
Does a
I
34 hit.
Of course it hit. He takes 25 cold
Okay.
damage, and my fire shield is up, so he takes 12 fire damage.
So it's slashing you around with its tongue as it grabs you for 39 damage. Also, I need you to make me a strength save.
What type of damage was the 39 that you
Bludgeoning.
bludgeoned? That is a 0.
Okay, what was your strength save? Oh, fuck. You're getting
Zero.
swallowed,
Literally
Vord.
0.
So you get swallowed. As,
Oh,
as you get swallowed, I need you to roll me a d4.
D4. Did he take the fire and cold damage?
Yes, he did.
4. On the
You
D4.
are blind, deafened, and confused.
Oh my god.
Alright.
It is now going to make another tongue attack against you, Ezra.
fuck. Alright.
Does
Alrighty.
a... Let's see here. Does an 18 hit?
Unfortunately, yes.
Okay. Now you are taking... $35 bludgeoning damage. Make me a strength save.
35 bludgeoning. Strength save of a fucking 12. Who the fuck?
You fail, you're now swallowed. Roll me a d4.
We're all gonna die.
Hey, let's go down board.
You are
3.
blinded.
Sick.
Okay. It is now
Just blinded?
just blinded.
Okay, cool.
It is now Ezra's
You don't want to be
turn.
deaf and confused?
No, you got a 4. You got all of them.
No,
Ezra, it is
I'm
your turn.
inside of it.
Make me a Constitution save.
Shit.
You
20?
pass.
20?
You don't take any acid damage. Now
Cool, cool,
roll
cool.
me to hit, and if you do
I
hit, you
used
have to.
extra good sunscreen.
If you hit, you need to roll me a strength save to do the damage. So, roll me 3 hits.
Do I have to hit with unarmed strikes?
No, you have enough room right now to swing your hammer. Your next turn, you won't.
Sick. Doing that. 26.
Hit.
22.
Hit.
27.
Hit. Roll me 3 strength saves.
Plus, I get the +2 on all of. Oh, 3 strength saves.
3 strength saves to see if you're able to do damage.
Oh, no.
I'm sorry, Cactus. I forgot.
17.
You casted what?
No, finish. Let her finish.
Okay. Does a 17 make it?
17 makes it. 25 makes it.
Okay.
And your last one is...
I'm assuming a 29 does
Yeah,
too.
29 hits it. Roll me your 3 damages.
Okay. And I get the 2 plus.
Yep.
So 17. 21. And 19.
So, everyone else, Phaedra and Yvlin, you see this thing getting smashed and thrashed from the fucking inside as you see belching, like, bulges on its, like, throat and body getting, like, slammed every which way.
Mm-hmm.
And you hear loud crunching of bones breaking. What did you want to
Okay.
say, Oku?
Yeah, before he attacked me, I'd cast Sanctuary on myself, so he'd actually need to make a wisdom save before he could actually attack me.
I can make the wisdom save and redo everything. No problemo. 7.
It's gotta be the 16.
Okay, you are regurgitated and thrown up on the floor.
Yay.
So, on a failed save, the creature must choose a new target or lose the attack or spell. Okay.
You've been regurgitated. Take back your damage.
Cool. Thanks.
I
That was
apologize.
weird.
I apologize.
No, that was I forgot to, actually, so it's fine.
It is now Phaedra's turn.
Okay, I'm gonna do a 5th level mass cure wounds on everybody, and that includes the people inside the creature, right? Since it's a spell.
Would it? Doesn't it require sight?
Yeah, I think it
I have a feeling injury washed out from point of your choice within range. Choose up to 6 creatures in a 30-foot radius sphere centered on that point. It doesn't say line of sight.
in general, spells need sight.
Generally speaking, you need line of
Okay.
sight. You can't even tell where they are in
If
the
I know
fucking
where they
body, so
Oh,
you wouldn't be able to know.
okay.
If you could see in the body, sure, but you can't see through the flesh.
Okay.
Also, Cactus, he would heal the 6 fire and the 25 cold.
No, I'm
Since he did
keeping
damage.
the damage on him.
Oh, well,
Paradox damage.
paradox.
As you're spat out, you're wondering what the fuck happened as you forget the last 5 minutes that have occurred.
Very confused. Why am I wet?
Why am I covered in mucus? What the fuck happened? What shall you do? So everyone's healed up that is outside.
Okay. I'm gonna do it. Mass cure wounds, and then I'll get everybody who's been hit that I can see. So it's 3d8 plus 5. 21.
Y'all get 21
so pretty
health.
much everyone that's not inside the creature.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And including myself. So
Also, you gain 8 temp hit points since you're near me. Oh wait, you're the one that doesn't need that.
I'm keeping track of my damage. I mean, my hit points are like down.
What'd you say?
No, I said I'm keeping track of my hit points. Damn it! Like my hit points are down, so I'm keeping track.
Okay.
Should I change it on the top?
Yeah, the app has a counter for it.
Okay,
Does that end your turn?
then I'm going to command the dragon to do his multi attack again.
Okay. Roll, see if you hit.
Okay. $15.
So, 15 does not hit. What's your next? Does he have 2 attacks? Or no, it's a multi-attack, so second rend
Breath
to
weapon.
hit. Roll me your second to hit.
Oh yeah. Okay. $15 again.
15 don't hit.
Okay, so then the breath weapon. Yeah, then the breath weapon. Do I have to roll to hit for that?
It's a save.
I'm going at his.
It's a save
I'm
against...
going at his.
No, it's
his
a
head
save.
again.
Roll the damage.
He rolls the save.
Oh, he rolled the save. Okay, then it's half damage, I think.
No, I said I have to roll to see
Roll
if he...
2d6.
I have to roll to see
Oh, sorry.
if he saves.
Okay. Sorry.
Also, pause real quick.
Okay.
Unpause. Okay, what do you want to do?
Okay. I'm going to roll the damage, and then you can save or not.
No, he didn't. He failed to save. So just roll the damage.
Oh, he did fail to save. Okay.
It's been so easy. Could just fed you and just let us pass the door.
It was 11, 6, and 5.
How much damage?
6 plus 5, so 11.
Thank you.
Oh, wait. Wait a sec. I mean, that was the dice, but I want to see.
You did
Do I
11
get
damage.
any? Right. Okay.
That ends your turn. Oku, it is your turn.
All right. Much I can do. I attack. Okay. Actually, I'm going to enlarge myself, or I'm gonna cast enlarge and actually grow big instead of small.
You're gonna grow larger?
Yes.
Okay.
So, yep, that's my action for my bonus action. Who's out here with me?
Everyone but Blythe and Ezra.
Using enlarge would have been really convenient when you were in the beast.
Yeah, well, I was confused and blind.
Yeah, you didn't have the
Sorry.
chance. I got
Yeah,
you.
yeah.
No, I'm not gonna berate you for that. I'm just.
So
No,
you're
no,
in
I get-
large.
yeah.
What are you doing?
I am. That's my action. So that'll be it for me. I'll wait till next turn to do. But yeah,
Does that end your turn?
that will end my turn.
Yvelda, what will you do?
I'm going to try to do what I did last time, and I'm going to try and attack with a bite.
Okay, try to bite the beast.
29.
You
And
hit.
Yeah.
hold on. Uh-huh. And
Make me your 2 swipes.
um when I do infectious fury, do I still have to roll damage and then that happens, or
You roll all the damage. So the regular damage plus infected grade.
he has to the creature has to make a DC saving of 16.
DC of what?
Wisdom?
Are you
Yeah,
sure?
wisdom saving throw.
Okay, wisdom
Yeah.
saving throw.
Wisdom.
You got a 5.
So, he takes 2d12 of psychic damage.
So roll me your
So-
damage in total.
Okay.
Oh, how does he like taking psychic damage?
Right.
12 psychic damage and 11 fighting damage.
So as you bit into this thing and you hurt its mind, what happens is its brain begins to pulsate as the psychic damage causes its brain to explode out of its body. And you manage to do such trouble that its skin starts to peel from its flesh opening, where then Ezra and Blaith are freed from its insides as it gets stripped down like a banana peel.
Cool.
Killed it. I
Blaith,
did kill it, right?
yes, it is
Okay,
dead.
good.
As it snakes
Thanks.
itself into the water. Blaith, you have something in your lap.
Mhm.
There is an egg in your lap.
Oh, dude, your pet.
Eat it.
Breakfast.
Yep, breakfast.
Or his pet.
Definitely his pet, but
How big is the egg?
The egg is about the size of a lamp.
Oh, dude, that's gonna be sweet.
Yeah.
Yeah. Whenever you're lonely, just let it swallow you.
is it worth it to get swallowed?
Do you think it'll be? I mean, but you can. I mean, it just because its mom was chaotic doesn't mean, or evil doesn't mean you can. It'll be evil,
They
right?
don't really
Nature
change
versus
the
nurture.
nature of stuff, I don't think.
Eat it.
Only one way to
But
find
maybe
out.
it'll think that you're its mom, and then it won't kill you.
Yeah?
Yeah, maybe.
Maybe it'll be like, like I want to murder everything, but not you.
Would you like to roll a nature check on what kind of creature it might be?
Yeah,
Oh.
sure.
It doesn't even. What if it's not?
Or let the druid try and see.
I don't know if I have nature check.
What kind of druid?
I know. What kind of druid am I? Let me see. Yeah, I do actually. Do you want me to roll? Should I check?
It's up to you. Do you
Y'all.
want? You gonna let him check?
Sure. 26.
Okay. Let me pull up the creature for
What do
you.
I tell him?
I'm gonna pull up the creature for you.
Cool. And then we can decide if it's breakfast or if it's a pet.
You guys try to have this thing for breakfast, Blaze will personally rip you to shreds.
Yeah.
So I'm
I don't
sticking
care
it.
if it's a black dragon.
Sticking in OOC.
Okay.
You get a chul.
Roll.
I tell you, it's a tool.
Chud?
It's amphibious, and it breathes air and water. Nice.
It is.
Sounds like a festival food.
It's a. Think of
But
a
it's
more.
kind of cute.
Think of a lobster with tentacles coming out of its mouth.
It's like a dog lobster.
It looks like a
Lobster
dragon.
Dog lobster. It's Cthulhu and a dog lobster.
Oh, I see. Lobster with
Yeah.
tentacles. You want that? It might be
This
a good
is
pet.
a lobster-like
It's-
creature with a thick armored shell
I would
and a
own
pair
one.
of tiny gleaming eyes out of its mouth, writhing with tentacles. It is
Oh.
a large aberration, chaotic evil.
It's evil.
Yeah, I'd own one for sure. Thank you, Oku.
But it's a baby one right now, right?
Yes, it is a baby.
Well, it's not
It's an
hatched yet.
egg.
It is going to be my pet.
Okay.
I love it.
That's awesome.
It's adorable.
This is what it will look like when it hatches out
That's
of the
fun.
shell. I will put it in audience chat.
Okay.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god.
So I am.
Kill it with fire.
It's uploading to audience chat what it will look like when it is fully hatched.
I'm so excited.
Oh my gosh. It's a purple monster. A purple monster. Purple sea lobster.
He's so cute.
Oh, what's the guy's name in the trash can?
Oscar the
Oscar?
Grouch?
Yes, Oscar the Grouch.
We are not naming it Oscar the Grouch.
Margaret
we-
Thatcher?
Saying what its
Its
name
name is going to be. Its name is going to be Bob.
Bob. I love Bob. I love
I had a
that.
mimic named Gary.
Cthulhu abomination.
A mimic
So-
named Gary.
Yeah.
So, anywho, you now have a little chul egg or cool egg at your disposal. Will you put it in your backpack or something?
Yes.
So as you
He
stick it
just carries around like a baby for the rest of the campaign.
Ew.
as you stick it into your backpack, you now have the door that is open to you. Will you open up the door?
I will.
I think we should do a check on the door first. But it's up to you guys.
I'm down.
There's a door in front of
What
you.
kind of check do you want to do?
Okay. Do you want me to do perception or investigation?
How high is your perception?
It's
I don't have good intelligence.
One of you roll
so
perception
somebody
that
else
is not
do that.
Phaedra. Phaedra's done a lot of checks so far.
okay.
Somebody do it that's not me, because I have zero
Oku, roll.
I'll do perception.
terrible wisdom.
18, I believe, perception on the door.
So,
Nice.
it is a normal wooden door.
Okay.
I'm opening it.
As you open
I
up
think
the door,
is normal.
is you going to open up the door?
Yeah.
You open up the door to see that there is a multitude of chests inside of a small interconnected room. When you open up the door, there is another door that is about 15 feet in front of you, and it looks to be interconnecting into a cave system almost.
Sorry, one sec.
You also see on the
Oh,
ground
no.
there is. You also see on the ground there is 5 chests.
I want to look through the chests.
So you open up a chest.
Those are mimics
Inside
for
you
sure.
find 300 gold.
What?
Each person gets to
Right.
open
Can I-
up. Each person gets to open up 1 chest.
So we each get 300 gold?
No, you each get to
No.
open up a chest. The one contained
Okay, cool.
300 gold. So Yivlin gets 300 gold.
I'll open
Alright.
up a chest with mage hand.
Oku, as you open up a chest, you have found a limbo rod. It is a homebrew item.
Limbo.
The limbo rod allows you to, as a bonus action, cast a defensive. So, as a bonus action, for the cost of one of your spell slots, you can use this as a bonus action in which you allow yourself to gain resistance to 1 type of elemental damage.
So it's
Does it
the
make him
elements.
It has limited charges per day.
But it uses my spell slots?
Sorry, it has its own slots, I'm sorry.
Oh, okay.
Let me
I'm
stick
sorry,
this,
how many spell slots?
Let me stick this. This is Oku's item. 1 minute.
Okay.
No, no.
Cool.
Sorry. I'm just writing it down.
I'll post it in homebrew stuff so you don't have to.
Okay, thank you.
Ezra's gonna, like, Yeah, okay, I'll just open a chest. If I die, I die.
No,
It's
they're
too
pretty-
complicated for me to put effort into right now. I
These chests are pretty cool.
feel like one of them's gonna be a mimic.
I would hope so. If it's a mimic, I want it.
Didn't you get
I
the
want
mimic
another.
in the last game?
Yes.
We go into a dungeon and come back with a whole bunch of pets.
Blade is also gonna open a chest.
1 minute, I gotta type this out.
Alright.
I miss Gary. And he got so fuzzy. And he had a little a little flower in his hair.
Did he look
Oh
like
yeah, because he was eating like werewolves and stuff.
He was protecting He was protecting me from getting eaten by werewolves.
Oh, nice.
There you are, Oku. As a bonus action, you can cast a spell that allows you to resist 1 type of damage. There's 2 slots per day.
Oh, nice.
Sweet. Awesome.
Now, Ezra, you were opening up a chest?
Yes.
Ezra, inside you find...
Oh no.
I gotta roll a dice.
Oh no. It's gonna be death. I'm gonna get poison spat at my face.
Nope.
Don't
You find
spoil it.
Oh.
6 altar crystals.
Ultra crystals. Oh,
Cool.
those are
Upon
handy.
finding 6 altar crystals, here's what this mechanic allows you to do now. There are places within the dungeon where there'll be friendly NPCs that you can buy boons from to getting patrons to their god. If you give them some gold to their god, they will bestow a boon upon you. You can set these altar crystals up at your guild base, and out of the session, receive certain boons for your weapons for the purchase of gold. You need to give one of these crystals to one of the people the path that you've met. You've only met 2 beings that can give you boons. The being that is inside the well, and the one who exists in the catacombs. Not the Bone Cathedral.
So I'm definitely going back to the Bone Cathedral at some point.
Next up, so let me write this in homebrew items.
Wait, so what does this thing do? These crystals? I'm confused.
1 minute.
It's going into. He's
Long
typing everything
story.
up.
Long story short, there are friendly NPCs that are in the castle that worship different gods. If you stumble across them, and they're friendly enough to you, if you give gold to their patron, they can channel a boon through the crystal to you to place upon a weapon, armor piece, or a boon for you without. They cost gold, though.
Gotcha. Okay.
I think it's awesome.
It's a way of out of session to gain stuff.
Very cool.
You have 6 ultra crystals at the moment. You have 2 spirits that can be put upon given this ultra crystal. Next up, who else was opening? Blythe, you were opening up a chest?
Yeah.
So, Blythe, you open up a chest, and inside the chest, you find 300 gold.
Sick.
Who was the first one to open the chest? Yvidra?
Yvland.
Yveldra?
Uvelda.
Yvelda.
Yvelda, sorry. I'm so sorry.
Phaedra, would you like to open up a chest?
Sure. I'd like to do a perception check on it. Is that the correct thing to do to check for traps or anything?
Your passive perception tells you it's not trapped.
Okay, great. Then yes, please.
Upon opening it up, you find... I gotta grab this magic item real quick. 1 minute. I have to roll a dice. You find a bag of beans. You find the magical item bag of beans. I will add it to your inventory.
Great, thanks.
If you refresh your page, it will be
go
there.
with the egg later.
So, inside a heavy cloth is a bag of 3d4 dry beans. The bag weighs 1.5 pounds to 1/4 pound for each bean it contains. If you dump the bag's contents out on the ground, it explodes into a 10-foot radius, extending the beans to each creature you see must make DC 15 save, and then either must make a 5d6 fire damage on that failed save. And then you remove a bean from the bag and plant it, or if you remove a bean and plant it in dirt and wait at least a minute later, something will happen as a D100 effect, and there's the different effects ranging from a campfire with blue flames will pick up in that one area, all the way to sometimes a pyramid with 60-foot square base bursts upward inside of a sarcophagus containing a mummy lord.
Bean.
Pretty impressive for a bag of beans.
It is.
Sometimes it will sprout very dangerous things. Sometimes it will sprout very good things. It is a bag of beans. The item is now in your inventory. Congratulations.
Beans.
Thanks.
Good for your heart.
Bean.
The more you eat them, the more you fart.
Now you noticed that it is getting closer to nighttime. Would you care to continue on pushing in the dungeon, risking that enemies will get much, much stronger? Or will you, go back to the ship?
Stronger than our baby Chol? Yeah, right.
He's not hatched yet.
It's not an egg.
Yeah. So you're telling me just have
Question
a
is, do you
shield
risk cracking the egg?
Would you like to stay and have the enemies gain an extra 15 challenge rating, or would you like to leave?
I mean, that's just
Bro,
telling us to
15
leave.
challenge
Yeah,
rating? We're just
we're already
out.
15.
You're currently at a 20 challenge rating.
35 challenge rating? Do we level up if we kill this stuff?
Sell for 9,000.
Potentially. But
Let's
if
go
you
kill
Unless
that-
we
let's go kill
die.
some
but
shit.
if you die, your soul is eternally trapped here, and I get to use your character as an undead fiend or boss.
Yeah, I'm down. Fucking let's do it.
I'll push.
Yeah, let's keep going.
Oh hell.
Y'all
Okay,
can turn around if you want to, but me and Elmo will go for it.
Yeah.
You know what? If you guys are going, I'll go, but let me heal you so we can get at least. Are we gonna take any rest so we can
Yeah.
recover spells and
You
stuff?
can't
should
take a
at
rest.
least
You're not in a safe room.
Oh crap.
Well,
I still have my dragon.
Where the safe room is at?
You don't know.
Let's just keep
you
going,
gotta
guys.
find
Let's just
them.
fucking let's just keep pushing. Come on.
Let's
got
heal
this.
her and keep pushing. We got it.
I'm barely damaged, honestly.
Who
I'm-
needs healing?
I could use like a little bit, but I'm probably fine. I'm at 141 of 159, but I only have 70 of my 10 HP right now.
Yeah, you're good.
I'm 60 of
Yeah, I'm fine.
93.
If
60 of 93.
Mhm.
Who's that?
fine.
Hey,
He's
Phaedra.
such a little squishy baby.
Oh,
But I
Phaedra.
can
Oh,
heal myself if you want.
I haven't given you any aid, right?
No.
Okay.
If we're moving on, I'm gonna cast level 3 aid on Phaedra.
As you all
Yeah.
stay, you hear the thunderous boom of night. As the cracks begin to shake within the walls of the castle, you see the flash of purple flies across it as you hear the howlings of the dead begin to muster forth. You hear as you can feel the magic growing within the castle. Even ones not perceptive to magic can feel the power radiating from the rooms in front of you.
We die like men, boys. Alright.
Phaedra healed 10 and your max hit points improved by 10.
Oh, thank you. Okay.
And then whoever had all that temp HP just healed 10 more regular aid.
Oh, okay. I
Okay.
appreciate that. I don't really need it, but I do appreciate it.
Are you guys pushing on?
Yeah.
Let's look at the next room.
As you push on beyond the door, you find yourselves
Just
in an
window shopping.
you find yourselves in an underground catacomb, where the dank drippings of water filter down off the stalactites above you. There is torches that have been mounted on the walls, barely illuminating your path forward, as the ground is quite slippery with moss and algae growing on it between the cracks of cobblestone. The walls are cemented themselves, popping out with tiny little crystals bit by bit. You see at the far end of the room there is a man, a skeleton, dead, wrapped around with vines and frozen in place by a purplish crystal, almost consuming him.
He's a skeleton?
Theoretically.
He probably
If I
wasn't
were
always a
to run up
skeleton.
Probably, but I could just run up and hit it really hard and see what happens.
Or maybe we look at it.
I could go hit it really hard.
We could all just run up and hit it really hard and see what happens.
This is what happens when you're a party of melee fighters.
But it's
Everything.
it looks like he's been captured by whatever the crystal is and it's devouring him. It doesn't look like he's gonna attack us.
Can I
Right?
try
We're
a
supposed to attack
perception-
us.
Can I try a perception check before they hit it really hard?
Yeah, make me an Arcana check. Oku.
That's rolling. Ooh, never mind. It's a 9. Yeah, hit it really hard. It's nothing.
So
Fine.
what you see is you see a magical crystal, but not a very good looking one. That's all you know.
Ooh, glowy glowy.
Yeah, guys, go ahead. Hit it hard. It's just
Oh, can I
magic.
go hit it? Please.
Sure, it'll be
Let me
fine.
do it.
Can I roll an Arcana?
It's like a
Should
fucking
I roll an
kid.
Arcana?
It's like a kid in a candy store asking, "Dad, can I get a piece of candy?"
Can I please hit the big crystal with my big hammer?
Y'all, do you want me to roll an Arcana?
No, it's fine.
Yeah, go for
Okay.
it. I mean, okay, cool. Do I have to roll to hit?
Yeah.
Okay. Does the 31 hit it?
Oh, yeah, you hit it. And as soon as you hit it, you smash crystal as it sprouts up everywhere. Everyone make me a dex save.
Of course I roll bad. 12.
Nice.
I got a 7.
13.
16.
4.
You need a 14 to pass.
Oh
Yevnin
no, I'm sorry, guys.
is the only one to pass. Everyone else, there is this purplish crystal that is latched onto your flesh, and as soon as it does, it digs spikes in, stabbing out the other side of your limb as it slowly
Oh,
grows
no.
to eat the flesh off you. Let's see how much damage you're all taking.
What do I do? What do we do about that?
You're taking... Everyone's taking 12 damage.
Oh, that's not too bad.
What about me?
That's too bad for the person that only has
You didn't get hit by it.
90.
Everyone, you have crystals stabbed through your limbs. It is now slowly crystallizing the outside of your body and eating the skin and flesh off you.
Theoretically, does it make us slightly more resistant to damage?
It will
I
kill
wouldn't
you.
have thought that, but
I like the thought
Yes, it's
process.
killing us, but does it technically, like, could I take a little bit harder of a punch now that I'm covered in
Crystal?
crystal
Yeah,
stuff?
If it was to
seems legit.
if it was to eat
Right?
down if it was to eat down your arm, technically speaking, yes. Except the downside is that you also will lose that hand.
Seems
Can I try,
legit.
So I
can I-
can't do anything, but I also can't get hit.
So what happens if I like let it cover my chest? Do I get like plate mail armor for free?
No, not exactly. For a short time, as long as you're living, and then it will eat slowly into your lungs and heart and crystallize your insides, and then you'll die.
But I'm wearing full
As my
plate.
life.
Did it puncture all my full plate? Get inside of me?
It did puncture your full plate.
And I
So-
cast a restoration spell to try and.
Oku, it has stabbed
Cure
you in your
myself.
thigh. Phaedra, it has stabbed you in the hand. Ezra, it has stabbed you in the arm. And Elmo, you got stabbed in the chest.
Probably.
This is fine.
It will grow at a slow rate. However, if you're hit with magic, it will spread the acceleration process. You can make a strength save to try to pull it out right now, but the further you wait, the harder it will be, and the more likely you'll just
Okay,
either
I'll
die.
just roll strength then.
Okay. I'm gonna make a strength save.
I'm gonna make a strength save.
Carnivorous
And
crystal.
can I make a strength save to pull it out of other people?
It'd require a medicine check.
I was so worried I was gonna have to be the one to help y'all.
So, strength save. Phaedra. So who's making the strength save? Blade?
Ezra and
Blade, what was your strength save?
Oh, I haven't rolled it yet. One sec.
I have a
17.
-1 to strength. I'm not sure that it would work.
So,
a
Blade,
try.
you rip it
Why
out
not?
as there is a puncture hole now in your lung, but you rip out the
Oh,
crystal and
jeez.
toss it on the ground. Ezra, do you want to rip it out?
you only need a 17. Yeah, I do.
Only.
How's a 21 do?
You rip it out of your
Oh, that was a
arm
check.
and you chuck it on the ground. Same thing.
I did the wrong. I did the
Save.
wrong roll. Do you
Save,
want me
please.
to
Yeah,
re-roll the
save. Save.
Well, I got a 30.
Yeah, you rip it out with ease. There's a puncture hole in your arm. If you want to rip it out of someone else, you can make me a medicine check first. Make sure you don't damage them.
Okay, I'm gonna make a medicine check, and then I'm gonna make it's a medicine check and then a strength save, right?
Yep.
Yeah, I
Okay.
need help. I don't
I
got
have
this
low
medicine.
medicine, but I'll try it for you. I'll try it for Oku. How's a 7?
He's gonna take damage.
How, like, damage, like I might kill him, or damage
You're
like
ripping
a couple
flesh
points
out
of
with it.
Just
life?
do it. Just do it.
All
Just
right,
do it.
I'll do it. I got a 24.
You rip it out, and he takes 17 damage as you rip some of his muscles with you.
All right. With that, Oku will go unconscious.
Oh no!
You yanked it out of him, and he just passed the fuck out.
I
Well,
tried, but I got a 1.
Can I help Phaedra?
You can roll me a medicine check.
15.
Roll me strength.
Save.
Yes.
Yay! Thank you.
What the fuck? 14.
You were able to prep it to be removed, but you don't have enough strength to like actually remove it. As you
That's
try,
bullshit.
Yavanna, as you try to grab it, you grab it, and it leeches onto you as a new form leeches and stabs through your hand.
Oh no! So now we're
Oh
connected.
my god.
Yeah.
Oh
And
my god!
Yevlin is taking 15 damage.
Oh Jesus.
Oh my god!
Can I rage?
Horrible.
All right.
Ezra,
Let's
do you want to
see,
try to pull it out?
If I'm not gonna hurt them, yeah.
Roll a medicine
Mhm.
check.
Fuck. Okay, hold on. I walked away from my computer to get hot chocolate. I'll be right there.
Oku, so you're just on the floor unconscious. What's up with
Yeah.
that?
You guys see tattoos on Oku's head begin to glow that look like little clockwork arms and stuff and gears.
Oh shit, Doomfist is coming out.
I got a 30 again.
For medicine?
Oh no, sorry, strength.
Medicine, please.
I'm sorry.
What the hell is happening?
Yeah, I
You
crit
are
failed.
going to damage them heavily, so you tear it out of their hands, and they're taking.
I'm sorry.
Yivlins and so Yavelda and Phaedra, you're taking 28 damage.
That was the first time you got my name right.
It's
Just have to
hard.
damage you enough.
It's hard to say, okay?
I'm so
Whose i-
sorry. I shouldn't have run up and hit it really hard.
Whose stupid idea was this?
It was mine.
Gods above.
That's okay. I'm not the intelligent one. I just go smashy smashy.
Clearly.
So what happens if we die?
If you die in here, your soul is stolen away and your character dies. And I take it to use as a boss.
Yes. The time has come. It is night is passing. I believe it is time for us to leave.
Is
Who's
Flair
with
gonna
me?
use as a boss?
Who knows?
I hope she is. Oh, excuse me. You better save her from me. If she is.
So, anyone gonna get Oku up, or is Oku already up?
Akumas is up.
I see. So
I
is,
cannot get over the fact that
so
he sounds
is
so much
is
like
It
Akumis?
sounds so good.
So
it's so good.
is Akumis is he like puppeting the body right now?
Yes.
Okay. So as that's happening, do y'all want to get out of here, or you want to stay in here?
We're staying. We're gonna keep going.
I'm chill to
Like
stay,
this.
surprisingly. Like, I'm doing pretty good, so.
Yeah, Blade is gonna keep going.
What do you have to say, Akumis?
I will watch them go into the next room and see what happens.
I want my level up.
Lead the way, Blaze.
Blaze walks confidently through to the next room.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll follow him.
So as you go to the next room, that is a drop down. So you drop down a hole. As you jump down a hole, you come to an impasse. On the left side,
Is there a way to come back up the hole?
no.
I'll just throw you.
Do you guys still want to
Do
jump
not.
down the hole, even though there's not a way to get back up?
Yes.
Is there anything to tie a rope to?
No.
Cool. I will.
Like I said, I'll throw you.
You will not touch me. Keep your hands off of me. I'll tighten a rope to the top of the hole and rope down.
We need to fasten it to.
I'm hammering it into the ground. Python, like a climbing python.
Oh. Okay, so you hammer it into the ground, and you come down, and you come to an impasse. On your right side, the catacombs lead into a icy cave filled with mysterious spirits as they come in and out of existence, floating. And on your left side is a ferryman. An old ferryman, hunched over, with a lantern.
Sharon. Or Sharon. I'm assuming.
Do you know this old man?
Oh, see, I do.
Do not understand this OOC. It sounds meta.
Okay, so Blaive and Ezra, you are coming down. Phaedra, are you coming with him?
I need to heal myself first, because I'm only at 30 hit points.
Okay.
So, let me do that. Just a sec.
What about you, Yvelda?
I'll go down.
Where do you get Yvelin from your Velda?
My brain, I don't know, man. Just
maybe a little bit dyslexic.
heavily dyslexic.
Okay, I healed myself 8 points.
So, as you descend, you are caught between an impasse. Where do you go? Do you go to the left, or do you go to the right?
Let us try and negotiate with this ferryman, since someone knows them.
Will you approach the ferryman?
Toss him a coin.
You're gonna toss the ferryman a coin?
Good idea.
As you toss him a coin, he grabs the coin and goes, and he points to the boat.
Where does this lead?
Who cares? Let's just go.
I was dead.
Do you not speak the common tongue? I try Celestial and Elvish to see if he understands.
I try speaking to him in Abyssal. I try speaking to him in Undercommon.
Ezra's just gonna make the same noise back at him.
I just pissed him off.
You just insulted his mother.
Do you understand the words coming out of my mouth? Guess not.
He just
Can
kind
your
of
boat hold all
he
of us?
shakily holds up a thumbs up.
I guess this is
That's wrong.
the
She
boat.
holds out a thumbs up too,
I guess. Does the boat look big enough to hold us?
Looks like a typical ferry boat. You could all squeeze on. Might be a little
Okay.
tight.
She like gestures at the boat.
He holds up a thumb.
My
I'm-
dragon's just gonna hover by us.
I am 100% sure we are going to regret this, but oh well.
I think we're good to get in the boat.
So you see that he reveals his arms as he takes them out of the cloak, and these arms are twice the size of his body as they are shredded to beyond belief in terms of muscle, as he clutches onto an oar and rows you forward as you all speed forward like 10 feet at a time.
Do you even do leg day, bro?
As you speed forward, you drop off a cliff in which you go down 20 feet before like a mechanical, almost like a boat elevator, catches you and slowly descends you into the water, which he then rows over to the next one, in which it raises you up 20 feet above this waterfall, in which he slides it off, kicking the oar over, pushing it against the current to the next dock, where he then ties his boat and ferry to the dock, where he begins to constantly paddle to keep his boat next to the dock.
So we should probably hop out.
Yeah.
Perception. Should we do a perception of the area?
I would.
Okay. Can I do it?
I'm not going to.
You
Yes,
can.
please do.
Okay. 25.
In front of you see a small pathway guarded by two large candle stacks. These candle stacks almost like ushering you on a path forward. Down this pathway you can see that there is an altar with a golden mask on it.
I will put another coin in the fireman's hand and step up. You did pretty good. That was impressive. See why your arms are shredded.
I step out of the boat too.
He
Yeah,
looks.
okay.
The ferryman looks at you, Ezra, and holds up a thumbs up with one hand. He goes, "Rrrr."
She'll thumbs up back to him.
You're his
There's
buddy
another-
now.
There's another 2 gold in it for you if you wait here for us.
He holds up a thumbs up. "Rrrr."
Excellent.
Nice.
So,
Mid-
as you're all gonna carry on.
Yeah.
You carry on, and you find a altar with a golden mask on it.
Ooh, dude. Golden mask.
Do you want to Arcana check that?
I can. Do you want me to do
My
it?
dumbass just put it on. I'll just put it on. I don't care.
I care. I care if you put it on
Well,
if
then
it
do an
kills
Arcana
you.
check on it. Got pretty high HP. I feel like I could take it.
24.
Nice.
For what, an Arcana check?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
You sense that this is connected to a god, and that this is an altar of a very old god that hasn't been visited in a very long time.
Oh, we need
Can I
to
try
push to
religion?
pray to the front.
You
Can I try religion to see and get a... Let me see if I get a read on this god. 14?
One moment. Okay, I have to... 1 minute.
Got it. Almost there. Give me just a second.
So, you recognize this is the altar of Umberly.
A
Of
what?
what?
1 moment.
What did you just say?
No, it's a different god. Whoopsie. Wrong edition.
Confused the whole damn party.
No, it was weird. Like when you said the name, your internet
Your mic cut out.
went out. Yeah,
Yeah,
so
it did some
it was
weird
almost like
stuff.
the god didn't want us to hear his name.
He was like, no.
Clearly, this is the god I'm.
I just want you guys to know, no matter what god it is, Blade is gonna try and start. It's gonna make an offering and try to get something from him.
Yeah, figured that.
I still want to put on the mask. We'll see what happens.
Nah, let me put on the
You
mask.
sure you don't wanna break the
Let-
mask? Hit the mask?
Let Blade put on the mask.
Smash mask. You
No,
scammer.
because then I can
Little
I can
mask.
do good for my baby egg. If I get god powers, I can do better for my baby egg.
Don't hold a single parent card.
What do you mean? Of course, I'm gonna be alone raising this beautiful beast.
Fine.
Once
I'll do
that egg is grown enough, it will rip off your head and won't even care that you raised it. You're a
Yes,
At least
well,
when you
for
wear
the
the mask.
time being, I will treat it as my own. So please allow me to try this mask on, in hopes that it will allow me to raise my child better. Roll persuasion.
Roll persuasion.
You don't have to
Ezra's
persuade me.
really not that intelligent. It's not gonna take much.
Don't have to persuade me. You want to be stupid, be stupid.
You guys keep talking. This page isn't loading.
What's the
Okay.
name of the god?
I'm trying to get there. That's the thing. The page won't load.
Now that is
You don't even-
unfortunate.
It's on the tip of my tongue. Oh, hold on. Figured it out.
There's like a whole sequence where he's just like, he's
Almost
got like his
there.
hands on his temples. He's just thinking real hard.
Hold, please.
Yeah, like there's like a buffering icon.
It's all the crystal in my bloodstream. It's making it hard to think.
I pulled it out. You're welcome.
And at least the mask looks nice. It's all gold and shiny.
You seriously sound like a carbon copy of Doomfist. I can't. It's just not okay.
That's so cool.
Also, dude, you could.
I'm
Are
so
you,
impressed.
tell us the truth. Are you the voice actor for Doom?
Nice.
Be honest with me.
I'm being honest.
Okay, so here's what you find. You find a altar to Umberly, or Umbrella,
Umberly.
Umberly.
Kimberly?
Otherwise
I went to
known
high
as
school
This
with a
is-
Umberly, the sea goddess, otherwise known to many as the Bitch Queen, the Great Queen of the Sea, the Queen of the Depths, the Wave Mother, Goddess of the
Jeez,
Oceans,
that's
Goddess of the Deep, the Wild, the Storm Goddess of Seas, Sea Queen, Sea Bitch, and so on and so forth.
Oh, shit.
This is clearly
She
the
took my
altar to
title.
Umberly, the bitch queen, goddess of the seas, blah 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 blah.
Queen.
Blade puts on the mask. Blade puts on the mask.
I love the idea. just the bitch queen. Full stop.
And she makes us all her slaves by Siren Song.
So, you're gonna put
I'm
on the
down,
mask, Blaze?
Honestly, there's worse ways to die.
I leave the room if I see Blaze reaching for the mask.
Blade grabs the mask and puts it on.
Roll me wisdom save.
Ezra's gonna lean down so she can see what's happening better. She's gonna like crouch down next to Blaze.
Okay, wisdom save you said?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I'm in a dark.
Yes,
I'm gonna hide behind my dragon.
14.
Your dragon's like,
So, this is what happens. So, here's the thing. As you put on the mask, your body begins to contort as your mind has been afflicted of the gods saying, "For why have you put..." I can't do a female voice, so, "For why have you come to me?
Oh, no.
Why have you put..." Ezra. If I type out shit to you, Ezra,
What?
can you voice this?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sound like Kate Blanchett when she was like under the spell of the ring. Or like
Your pet's Regina.
Not be a god, but a queen. Terrible and beautiful.
Yeah,
All
that.
shall love me and despair.
He's
Yes, that one.
typing for a very long time. Why don't you just copy paste from your notes?
I am.
He's trying to spice it up.
No, don't forget we need to
Add a
offer
little
something
spice
to it.
that. Add a little spice to that.
We need to offer the gold, don't forget that.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's
right,
why
right.
I have 300 gold. That's what
One of those
that's what I'm gonna.
One of those crystal things or
I
whatever.
have this. Yeah, I have the crystals, the altar crystals.
First we have
Awesome.
to get her
Oh,
pleased enough to
altar
do the
crystals. I thought it was
Mhm.
altar like
Yeah.
change.
No,
like,
altar crystals.
Altar
okay.
crystals.
That makes
Well,
sense.
no, it is
First-
altar, like change, like worship.
Yeah. But
Like
first
an
we have to make
altar,
her pleased
like
with
if
us.
you
There you are. Read
create
that
an
out
altar.
first.
Okay. For why have you come to me, fool? You are not a follower of mine, for these shall be drowned. Bathe thee tides. I see you foster a child of mine, but you are a cursed creature of the land.
Please wait. I would like to become a worshipper. I would like
Spider, you now have free
join-
reign to act this out.
I have oh shit! I didn't sign up for that. You would like to
I would like to join you.
Don't let him join. He's
I
a fool.
I have even brought you an offering.
show me the offering.
Blade pulls out the 300 gold. It places it down by the altar.
Crystal.
He doesn't have the crystal. He just kind of says, "Someone get the crystal."
No, you got
Ezra
it.
will take
You-
it out of her bag and put it on top of the gold.
So, that's not how the crystals work.
That's not what it's for, but
It's-
it's
That's
Oh,
not how the
well then-
crystals work.
Well, then he's just gonna offer the 300 gold and that's it.
okay.
Does the satisfy you?
You want to buy my allegiance with gold?
No, that is not what I'm trying to do.
Be more vindictive and bitchy. Like Ezra,
Well, you
like
know how to do it with
literally.
And then I can be more vindictive and bitchy.
Be more vindictive and bitchy and be the meanest you possibly can, like you're talking down to them like a god.
Okay.
You're the goddess of the sea. You have a fucking land dweller trying to buy your allegiance? Really? A land dweller?
I was just condescending to him. I'm sorry if I'm not bitchy and vindictive enough for you.
Be more. I know you can do more.
Don't tell the goddess of the sea how to be bitchy. She knows how to be bitchy.
Yeah,
Thank
let her be
you.
bitchy.
Thank
Let her be not bitchy if she wants to.
Maybe
This
I
is-
like to do things very aristocratically. You don't know. You don't know how I run my underwater kingdom.
So, how will you respond to this land dweller's request?
I told him, you want to buy my allegiance with gold?
No, that is not my intention. It is
The
just
man
that-
literally spent 3 long minutes being vawed by one of your creatures. I think he's paid enough.
He then pulls out the egg, and no, never mind. He does not pull out the egg. That seems like a bad idea.
Yes, offer her children as a
One of her children. That's gonna work.
Oh, you're so glad I
I
didn't take that as an action. You're offering your 300 gold, right?
That's so far, but then what else would you like me to offer? I can offer you whatever I can. I will try to offer you whatever I can.
So, Ezra, so he's offered you 300 gold. In terms of goddess and movement now, I would say he's decently paid a good sacrifice up front of doubloons and gold.
Really?
Yeah.
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 Buying your way in, that's cheap.
He
I
also
mean-
has very long arms.
Well, I mean,
That's
this
true.
goddess, from what I understand, this goddess hasn't been visited in ages, so
That's
she probably
true.
doesn't
It's
have that
probably
many
broke.
followers. Yeah.
All right. What are you thinking, Cactus?
Oh, I know exactly what I'm thinking.
No, don't
Okay.
say
You're
it like that.
you're
That's-
a
He's gonna swallow him.
So, you wish to be part of
Ah, you
Umbriel's Legion, right?
dick. Yes.
Okay.
Oh my god.
Don't bother reading lore history of D&D to find out, but so what
You
happens
just told us what
as
her name is.
Oh yeah, you probably should have done some reading. But what happens is that the mask begins to glow and light up upon your face as it begins to let out an extreme burst of power. Your body is being forcibly mutated and transmuted. You are changing races.
Okay.
You're still going to be an owl bear, but I'm going to make you a sea variant
Bugbear.
of one.
A what?
You're
A sea
going.
bugbear. You're a sea bugbear now.
A sea bugbear?
You're gonna lose all your fur and get gills.
Your fur begins to turn into scales as you begin to have gills upon the sides of your neck, as they begin to spread out, as you can have both breathe oxygen and water. Upon doing so, your extra arms turn into claws that
I didn't
protrude
know I had
out of
extra
your body.
arms.
Yeah, you have extra arms.
I didn't even
Yes.
know.
Your crab
Or-
arm.
The extra arms that protrude from your body become claw arms. Upon doing so, your tail begins to turn from a normal tail to a crustacean's tail, divoted and pointed upwards. Your overarch, as your mouth becomes more gaping, your teeth becoming razor sharp. Your blood beginning to mutate into a purplish ooze. Upon
Oh,
doing
dude.
so, your hands becoming webbed.
Damn.
Well, at least you can breathe air.
Yes, it would suck.
Collapsing on the ground.
Oh my gosh. Does he keep his legs at least?
Let me
You
write this
gain a
out.
swim speed, but no walking speed.
Or is he like a merman?
You have to flop.
Not the merman.
Oh, that's where all of the that's where all of the creatures in the catacombs came from. The people who used to worship her.
Mmm.
Big brain.
They got quiet.
Now you can take care of your little,
He's
your
thinking.
little lobster
Mm.
baby.
This is sick.
Wow.
And hang out with your
Oh,
little
wait,
baby
am I-
underwater.
Well, you wanted your fortune and glory. It may not be the way you
Right.
thought.
I mean, I'll take it. I'm awesome now.
Yeah, that's true.
I don't think I've ever seen an amphibious bugbear before.
Yeah. I don't think I've ever seen one either.
So I'll take it, bro.
Talk amongst yourselves as you see this mutation. Upon doing so, the mask resets itself upon the altar, as then from the mask is summoned a water elemental of Umbriel, or Umberly, as the mask morphs into her face. Now standing before you on a throne made of pieces of shell, rock, and crystal is Umberly as a mysterious water mist figure.
Okay, I'm gonna bow down. I'm gonna like go to it, take a knee.
Yeah. Blade kneels.
Ezra's
down
gonna
in front.
like look around panicked for a second and then kneel on a knee.
She points to you, Ezra, for you're the one who contains a blessing of the king of the dead.
What?
Are you not?
Wrong campaign
Uh,
there, bud.
I
No.
Wrong
am.
campaign.
No, not a wrong campaign at all.
No, not the wrong campaign. I just did it twice.
You got that
Oh
right.
my god, you did it twice. Jesus.
Skeleton
Yes,
King.
yes, I am.
Skeleton King, yep.
Yeah, that the Skeleton King. That would be me.
For my brother is very much upon your blessing. Thank you for working so diligently with our family. She holds out a hand and lifts your chin and smiles. I look forward to working with you.
Thank you.
You know what I just realized?
What?
We're probably gonna have to side with the BBEG, aren't we? We're meeting all these gods and kings in this castle, but the BBEG
Yeah.
isn't at the end of this castle probably. So we're just joining the BBEG's family here, aren't we?
No.
No?
These gods are separate from the actual guy in the castle. If you watched the second episode, you would know from the Bone Cathedral that the long and short of it is there used to be the gods, many under the castle, all a part of Lord Chaos. However, once Wraith took over, he banished all religion and hunted everyone down. And anyone who was left, he either drove insane or killed off. And so now any of the gods that are left behind are old, forgotten, and are almost dying out.
So we just rejuvenated her, right?
Yes, you did.
Yeah.
Well, that's good.
So she could be a good ally.
Mhm. In theory.
And theoretically,
No,
yeah.
no. Yeah.
Theoretically.
Gonna piss off Wraith. But
Yeah. Yes, but carefully.
We could just explain to her that that we're trying to defeat the one who diminished her.
So, Blythe, you have
Yes.
become a sea bugbear.
Awesome.
You have been revamped completely genetically. Your swim speed is the same as your walking speed. You can attack underwater without worry or any disadvantage. You have just normal attack speed underwater. You gain a steam breath attack, a dex save of 16, and 88 cold/fire damage. You take an auto crit
Holy
against
shit.
lightning. You can heal 1d4 in water when in that water every turn, and you're immune to cold damage.
God
Shit.
damn.
Cool.
Let me also put in how long it takes for it to recharge.
Unless walks around the corner. So
It's
you guys need,
a
like,
it's a 10-turn recharge on the breath weapon.
Okay.
why is everybody kneeling?
Oh, Akuma, you find in front of you the steamy visage of Umberly sitting upon a throne.
Goddess. Sea
I
goddess.
see.
She looks at Akuma's. Oh, you've arrived.
Yes, I am here.
I was never all that fond of you. You were quite the dick.
Everybody seems to say that. But
Oh, I wonder why. Maybe it could be something in common with it.
I only speak the truth.
That's cold.
Anyway, Miss Amberly, Witch Queen.
Yes.
This
What
is
you
your
need?
new
Oh, aren't
servant,
you just a cheeky dick waffle?
Dick waffle? The fuck?
I'm not familiar with that cuisine.
Oh, it's by planting
I-
your dick
I
between
don't think
two irons
ever-
and flattening it to a meat pie.
Sounds uncomfortable. Luckily,
Some enjoy it.
luckily, I do not have the required anatomy for such a foolish endeavor.
Oh, but your body does.
Mm.
This is true.
Gross.
Time to make sure that doesn't happen. Chops it off.
Anyway, Mrs.
Hammer.
Umberly, Queen Goddess of the Sea and all that,
And
you've
this is
blessed,
Akumis,
one of
the
our allies.
almighty, mysterious god that always shows up to ruin the parties.
I am here to help.
Oh yes, help. That's what you want to call it.
Nobody wants Wraith doing his business. We are here to destroy him. So, you will allow us to pass, correct? Now that you have blessed Blaze with your sea stuff.
Oh, I'm choking on
Gives
water.
a
It's
very
ironic.
disgusting look. Very disgusting look at Blaze.
Oh, it's so
Why is it
ironic.
very
I'm
disgusting close?
I'm choking on water.
It's fine. You look beautiful, Blaze. Very handsome.
Well, I've blessed him.
Billy just looks at the ground sad.
Well, Akumis, not everyone can just be pushed into a body and take it over, as we all like to do. Some of us like to grant our children new boons, other than just making them schizophrenic.
No boon?
Oku gets benefits from me.
What kind of benefits? Friends by benefits by chance? Probably not.
Friends. Jesus.
That's not my fault. I've told him how to do it. He just refuses.
Not everyone wants to partake in an old man's
This-
holes.
This seems like a subject for a different time.
Maybe, maybe not. You are allowed passage through my area. I do not care. But if you're along the way, at least slaughter some of the fishmen. They've forgotten about me.
That we
is
can do.
that is your task, my new child. She looks at you, Blaith.
It just nods. Completely serious face.
Now,
Trying not to fucking grin like an idiot for how happy he is.
pause. Unpause. So, you guys are all kneeling. Everything's good. Akumis and Umberly had their little spat conversation. Are you guys going to head on back?
Yes.
Although
Yeah.
you've made an ally, but I wouldn't consider them a great ally. But you know, it's an ally.
I'm going to say to her, I'm going to say, thank you, my lady. You grace us with your presence.
Yes, quite. I know I'm a lot to take in. Now please leave my sight. I'm sick of mortals for now.
Akuma starts like picking up the people that are kneeling, like, let's go now. Why is he in a good mood?
Okay.
As you leave, you see that the ferryman is still rowing forward to keep up with the pace of the current.
Bill, bro, this guy's strong.
Yeah. Well, look at his
Oh.
arms. Okay, so we get back on board the boat.
Yes.
We're
Ezra?
going back, Mr. Ferryman.
Yes.
So you get
And
on
we
the
ask
boat.
him. We ask him to row us back.
Does he have no questions about the fishman that suddenly appeared?
Doesn't care. He unlassos the boat, and as you see him, he takes the row and he spins it in the air and then grabs it, digs it into the water, and for a split second you see him just push with an almighty push. And what happens, he makes a tidal wave of force behind him as he launches you over the gap of the waterfalls back to the other side of the river, landing in front of the dock.
Nice. That's awesome. And my dragon is following, so.
You then like splash, hit next to the dock as he then slowly rows over to it, puts the oar away, and ties the boat to the dock and goes.
Are we going to give him more gold? Yeah, I think we promised him more gold.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I give him 2 more coin. I give him 2 more coin. Always a pleasure, Mr. Ferryman. Till next time.
I'll be back.
So as you guys head back into the catacombs cave, you crawl back up the rope, head out through the Venice-like structures, and you climb your way up through. As you
Through the door.
As you go through the door, you go through the Venice-like statues, climb your way back up to the staircase, and you get to the Intellect Devourer corridor.
Okay.
There's none around.
Thankfully. Should
By
we,
the way,
do
how did we get back up that hole?
Rope.
I told you I would throw you. I don't think I could throw Blade. But the rest of you I could probably
throw me.
No,
Rope.
but the rest of you could probably
Akuma's made a rope.
throw. Yeah, I'm just fucking around.
As you walk down the corridor, past the open gate, I will ask you, so you left a crystal with Umberly. Would you like to leave a crystal with the guy in the Bone Cathedral?
Yes.
And would you like to leave a crystal with the spirit at the well?
Okay, yeah.
Yes.
That'd be 3.
Yep, 3.
Oh, the spirit
Yeah,
at
that's
the
three.
well is insane.
I don't know anything about it.
As long as you don't steal his gold, he's fine.
Yes.
As you guys come out, you come to the drawbridge. What are you going to do about the drawbridge?
I will. Don't worry about this one.
I'm gonna try and jump over it. No, I'm gonna jump over this one. I got this.
Oh my god. At least you can swim now.
I can
Alright.
swim nonsense.
I'm gonna
Okay.
spend my 8th level slot and cast fly on everyone except Wraith.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Oh, don't
Wraith,
worry, fool.
roll me acrobatics.
Okay.
Oh.
Please, game. Please, game. Please. You fuck. Yes. 17.
You're able to jump across with ease.
Nice.
Told you guys I could do it.
As you guys make across,
good job.
Thank Umberly.
all the forest has burnt down. All of it's burnt to ash.
Oh?
The drawbridge.
No, the forest is
No,
burnt to ash.
Oh, the forest.
Oh.
Okay.
Oh, cool.
I'm
So
really
next
sad
time we
right
can-
now.
So next time we can just go around through the forest.
I'm really sad right now.
It'll have fresh new greenery though.
But it still, it hurts. It
By the way,
hurts.
One thing,
I'm sorry.
Cactus, I don't think there's an aquatic bugbear race.
That's okay.
Yeah.
You just add the boons that I gave you to yourself. There isn't an aquatic bugbear race. You just gotta add the
but
boons.
You're a new creature. You're unique.
It's a homebrew creature.
You're special.
You guys make it back to the ship, in which you all climb aboard the ship and sail away. Upon sailing
gonna
back to the
dispel-
guild... Huh?
I'm going to dispel my dragon before we go.
Okay. You make your way back to the guilds as you are dropped off to rest. End the session